I apologize for the delay, everyone. Unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I had to change venue to one which was 40 minutes away, and then YouTube was complaining. It was very, very frustrating. Anyway, so those of you who are joining tonight, I am Alex and I'm the GM of this game, a 5th edition campaign set in my homebrew world, Astaan. Everyone. Unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, and I had to change venue to one which was 40 minutes away. Because I was still setting stuff up, I accidentally just still had the video up and, feedback and all. Anyway, so, joining me today, we have Johannes. Care to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I don't think I'm in the video.
You're right. Move slightly back in shot.
Back in shot. I don't know which way that is.
Other way, other way.
Stage right.
Other way.
You were in shot earlier.
Okay, that's my left. I'm Johannes, and I play Samwell, the naive rogue, who is somewhat new to this world, and will delight you with his witticisms and stabbings.
Alright. Also, with me today we have Jacob.
Hey, I play, two characters at the moment, unless we're phasing Caffrey out. The lovable rogue, / con artist, / unwilling adventurer, currently repenting for his crimes in rather less than effective fashion. And Old Man Jack, the enigmatic wizard who spent 30 years in a forest and is as singularly grumpy and disagreeable as you can imagine.
And Harun.
I am playing Markus, the stormborn sorcerer, who is a former sailor, who is a pretty good-natured person, even if this is the longest time he spent on land.
Also, we have Hunter.
Hi, I play Riktor, the half-elf gunslinger, based off the Battlemaster archetype. Riktor is the kind of guy that hates authority figures.
And Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca. I play Nala, the Dragonborn Paladin, who's a knight of Kemba, the god of war and strategy.
Okay, so this is actually our 8th session in the series, but it's the first one we are streaming. And in recent sessions, the players have been investigating a series of murders, which as they've travelled speaking to many different people, they realised it was connected to a case which happened approximately 10 years ago in the city, whereby some noble family was going around murdering everyone. And recently this had led them to a coachman, one of the few surviving servants from the case, who they had just recently investigated, and they think they're now finally on the track of this killer. Okay. Back to where we were. You had just knocked him back unconscious after questioning him.
Yes.
If I recall correctly, he'd mentioned there was the image of a kid in his mind.
Yes, you remember the image of a kid, and looking at it from the details, it appeared to be outside of the Mages Guild in Korensteg. Can you also make me a perception check, Jacob?
Yeah, of course. It was House Defius, wasn't it? So that was the noble
yes,
house
that was the name of the noble house
he belongs to. Forgot his actual name. Perception, did you say, Alex?
Yes, perception.
Not actually very good at perception.
Though while looking into the kind of blurry visions of this barely conscious drunk, you do seem to notice that this boy appears to be of half-elven origin.
After seeing that, I just tut half-breed. People can't keep it in their pants with their own species.
Did you say that in character, out loud?
Yeah. Yes.
Markus is gonna just stare at you and just be like, "Oh, technically a half-breed."
Oh, I look around and see. Oh, wait, are you a half-elf?
Yes.
I turn and look at you and goes, "Oh, sorry, Markus. No offense."
Jack, would you have any way to wake this man up again? We weren't done questioning him, unfortunately.
Oh, of course. I hit him on the head with my stick.
Oh.
Well, you hit him on the head with your stick to knock him unconscious. I don't think it works that way.
I look around and go, well, that's my tools exhausted.
Thank you so much, Jack. It's okay. You go get some chamomile tea. I'm sure you'll feel better.
As mentioned that, I turn. Is Samwell with us?
I believe Samwell
I
was.
don't think so.
No, that fool.
I
No, wasn't it?
and go, where's that darned elf? And I kind of stumble off outside. Well, I kind of.
I assume
Alex.
I assume he followed us. You know, my intent was to have him follow us and see if anyone was following us.
Oh yeah, is he in the room right now?
Saying, well, no, he's probably outside.
Yeah.
Man. He's probably
Hey,
outside.
Out of. Asking out of character.
Hey, Alex, is
Kind
there
of look around.
is there a bucket of water anywhere, like for daily ablutions?
There was a bucket around and you can run outside. Oh, yes. Sorry, I just had the last part of what you said.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna take the bucket of water and I'm gonna pour it on his head.
Yeah. You pour it on his head and his eyes kind of blink open again. He's still
He's still blindfolded.
He's still blindfolded. Oh yeah, you can't see his eyes, yeah. He kind of moves and kind of, you can see him going to reach for his blindfold, but he's still very drunk and kind of limbs flailing incoherently.
His wrists
His are bound behind.
Oh, as well? Okay, yeah, no, then he just kind of wriggles around and makes some muffled noises.
Okay, I'm gonna take him by the take him by the scruff of his shirt and like pull him forward, and I'm gonna shake him. Wake up!
What is it? Please, you can take my money.
I'm going to ask you something very carefully now, and I want you to tell me the truth. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap him across the face.
Yeah.
Good question.
I understand you.
Good. Did you know a man called Brannis?
Brannis. Yeah, I know the name, Brannis. Oh, I don't know where I had that. Brannis.
Did you know of his wife and child?
No, I've heard of him. He's a tanner, alright? Yeah?
You killed his wife and child.
No, never killed anyone. No, never killed.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's telling the truth?
Go for it. He is very, very drunk at this moment. If he was lying, he would have to be a pretty damn good liar.
Yeah. Let's see here. Insight, character sheet. Boop.
You don't think he's lying?
Okay.
This man appears panicked, drunk, and incapable of forming coherent enough thoughts to lie.
Okay. Jack, your consciousness serum. I'm gonna present him for another stick beating.
Oh, I'm outside looking for Samwell.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna deck him across the face myself, and then knock him out.
Alright, you just whack him across the side of the face and he just falls back into the bed you just picked him up out of. At this point, he's probably going to be like suffering probably brain damage from the number of times you've done this.
Anyway, I have gone outside.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Samwell!
Unfortunately, I think I did go away, and I did a bunch of reading and,
Yeah, you're back at the respite.
yeah, those ones.
Outside.
Riktor, where are you? Did you find anything?
I found a gold pouch, but I'm not going to steal his gold. I don't think this guy is guilty of anything, really.
Walk inside.
Guilty of working with a murderer, a criminal.
I don't think he's involved. Do you think he's involved, Jack?
No,
Jack's outside.
the fool. No, I've come back inside. No, the fool
Okay.
can tie his own shoelaces. He looked out for a kid, he got rid of the kid, and now he feels bad about it. I mean, the only reason I can think to take his gold is that he's only going to be spending on drink.
I'm just taking the 5 gold that I spent to buy everyone drinks to figure out if he was involved or not. He's probably a mark. We need to probably watch him before he gets off. That's my guess.
Probably.
Let's see, Alex. What time is it?
Did you call Samwell?
It's about, at this point, it's 7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh,
Okay.
I think he's gone.
Well, I
follow
went
us?
outside and shouted at the damnable elf, but he didn't respond. Either he's taking the whole sneaking thing too seriously, or he's gone, did the wise thing and gone home.
He kind of gets in the zone when he sneaks.
Anyway, looking around. So let's put the facts together. What have we got here? We found the body of the High Mage of the Mages Guild missing, along with a number of bodies from the family burial mound, and this kid, half elf. Alex, was the Mages Guild High Mage? Was he an elf?
The what? Sorry, what's the question?
The Mages Guild Archmage, the guy who's dead and his body's missing.
Oh,
was he an elf?
1, it was a she.
Was
And 2, no. If you, from reading Gravestone, you could deduce that they were human because their lifespan was 94 years, which is still exceptionally long for a human. But
not much Archmage.
Jack, do you know the Archmage?
Personally, no.
Have you never seen her before?
Gordon State's not really my usual place of residence. Last 30 years in a forest. Before that, wandered.
You spent 30 years in a forest?
Yes.
Whatever did you do there? You must have been so bored.
Oh no, I helped the elves and the other inhabitants of the forest with a problem, and they gifted me this rather fancy blade, as well as some of the more unusual teachings.
I see. Well, that's certainly a story to tell for another time.
Definitely another time.
Yeah.
Preferably when you're dead.
Okay.
Oh, shots fired.
I apologise, Markus. It's been a long, long day, and
Are you
the night's
apologising
very cold.
with the half-elf comment?
Oh no, don't be silly.
Technically, Riktor's a half-elf too, just saying.
Okay, really? I kind of peer closely at him. So
Yeah.
it is.
But the elves can't keep their damn hands to themselves. That's the problem.
I shrug. There are good and bad.
Speak for yourself. I'm proud of my heritage.
Well, you are a criminal, so you'd be proud of everything for no reason, wouldn't you?
Not a criminal.
Can we focus on the task at hand already?
Yes,
You got
can't wait.
murders going on. You're talking about bullshit.
No, the hothead's absolutely right. The Arcanist is missing, the family's missing, and this kid probably belongs to the family joined the Mages Guild. I think it's safe to put one on one together here. He's raising them from the dead, and he's the one doing the murders.
Yes.
Who is?
I
kid.
agree.
The kid?
But he also probably has help because we saw multiple footprints, didn't we?
Possibly. It could be that they are indeed resurrecting a body as you originally suggested, and using that to carry the heavy lifting.
The child in question, he would be around 18 now, if my math is correct.
Give or take, yes. I'd say we go stop by the Mages Guild. I'm sure one such as he probably is well known amongst the.
I don't know. We might tip our hand. We'd better off staking something out.
Well, I'm not associated with your group yet, am I?
Not yet.
What if I'm just a travelling mage?
That's
there
only
to seek some
Captain
respite?
Giles knows and the judge knows, right?
Exactly. So what if I'm just merely a travelling mage, there to see the Mages Guild as a place of respite for fellow kin? I'll camp there overnight and see if I can hear anything.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I got no objections.
That sounds reasonable.
Good. Anyway,
In any case,
Also, ask the current arch person what, like, their dealings are with this family, because someone said, I can't remember who it was, that he doesn't like them. They're one of the many people in this city who
oh
do
well,
not like the family.
that was just basic learning. If you read a couple of books, you'd have picked it up. They were very powerful mages themselves, and they pissed off many people. Anyway, I'll be sure.
I was just thinking it might be something in particular that they did that we might not want to know about.
Of course. Anyway, best to head there now. Tell Samwell at some point to drop my tea off. And I head out towards the Mages Guild.
okay, Riktor, you and I should stake out this place, correct?
Yeah, I suppose. How about you stake it out and I'll go find Samwell. We need to know where he's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured he was going to be watching us, but I don't know. So he got scooped up.
I guess I'll stay here and watch him. Someone should check on our judge friend as well. See if he's sticking with his part of the plan.
Riktor, if you find Samwell. Do you want to head over there? And then I'll stay here with Markus.
I don't
staking
think
out
we
this
should
place.
push with the judge. We talked to him twice today. We're expecting
No, but
invitations
he might
from him
also
tomorrow.
be a target.
I said watch him, not talk to him.
Watch him.
I can I can make you unseen if you wish. Just
No, we can. Me and Samwell go stake him out, I guess. I'll go get Samwell.
okay.
Riktor leaves and heads back to the Respite Inn.
Alright, so upon arrival, Riktor, quickly looking around, finds that Samwell has indeed returned here.
Samwell, what the hell?
I'm there in my room reading my herbalism book, which is very big.
Oh, I need
Riktor,
to
come in.
I need to correct you on that slightly. It takes 50
Nope.
hours per book. I got that wrong.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Sam.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll knock on the door.
Yeah. Come in.
What are you sitting here reading?
Ah, Riktor.
Samwell, you were supposed to be watching us. What happened?
I watched you.
For how long?
There was no danger from anyone in that inn.
Well, how do you know? You didn't. What if there was someone outside the inn?
I felt confident. It was within your skills. What do you need?
Well, the group is. We interrogated that fat guy you would have seen me carry out, the one I was talking to. We don't think he's involved, but Jack's going up to the Mages Guild to talk to some kid. I don't know. He peered into his mind, did some crazy shit. I don't know. But anyway, the group's gonna be staking out the fat boy. They want us to go stake out the judge. You want to head over there and set up shop with me,
Yes, I'll go with you.
or do you want
I'll
to stay
leave
here and
them.
get a rest?
No, I'll go.
I'm gonna read your pretty book.
Well, what do you mean, peered? Maybe I should bring the book. What do you mean, peered into his mind?
I don't know. He tapped into his consciousness or something. You know how wizards are. They do weird shit.
Could he do that to us?
Not without me shoving a barrel down his mouth, I don't think.
Okay. Alright.
Maybe. Why? Are you scared?
I find the idea a little frightening.
It's a little frightening, but I think he's alright. You wanna go? Should we go? You gonna bring
Let's
your
go.
book? Hey, we leave the room. Hey, let me ask you something. When was your contract on these supposed to be completed?
What's the date? It's 6 months
It's been a while.
and... No, 7 months almost to the day.
So, are you worried that your family's gonna send someone to check on you? Did they know that you were in Cornstick?
Of course. I've been trying to keep those thoughts out of my head. But of course they will come for me eventually.
Well, we need to finish this job up and get the hell out of here, don't you think? You and me both.
In many ways I would like to see who they send.
Oh,
But you're right.
you want to be bait?
No, I'd rather not involve any of you.
I mean, if you want to see who they're going to send, maybe we should just go to them.
No.
Unless you're scared.
I'm terrified.
Well, I can tell. You seem it.
I can't go back to Amir.
Alright. Well, like I said, we need to finish this job and get out of Cornstag. I don't want to be here either. This is no good.
I agree. Perhaps one's brother Dalen can leave.
Maybe.
Okay.
Alright,
I
so
wonder what
continue
he'll
on.
make of Jack.
Oh?
Yeah, but all this while we're going towards the thing.
Our stakeout spot.
Alright, yeah. What are the rest of you doing, by the way, while Riktor was heading back to the Respite Inn? Or to the Fellow's Respite, even.
If Nala and I are alone, we're just gonna find a good place to watch his place as he rests. You know?
I mean, we could watch it from the inside.
Yeah.
Guys, cameras on the YouTube stream.
What about them?
Cameras on the YouTube stream. Bizarrely, we've become half and half on a load of them. They're completely unaligned. My face is morphing with Harun's.
Wow.
I can hold on. Let me spread this out. Yeah.
I know why. I opened the chat box. My bad.
Pause. Time out. Okay.
I'm not new to this.
Of course not, Alex. We'd never expect anything but skill and ineptness.
Yeah, if Nala and I are alone, I'm gonna just take this opportunity to just, have a conversation with her.
Yeah, anything you want to discuss then? Just go for it.
I think that would be a thing for private between us, I guess. It would be mostly about, history and
Yeah.
something on
Chemistry.
Well, if you don't want to actually do that in character, what is Old Man Jack doing?
Well, I'm heading towards the Mages Guild, to which I will just walk in.
So we got Riktor and Samwell going to Judge Bear's place.
Correct.
Yep, cool. I've got everyone. So anyone in particular want to go first? It is quite late. By the time you're all here at your different locations, it's about 8 o'clock in the evening.
But Alex, I know exactly the time it is.
You do know exactly the time it is. Okay, it is 7:53 and 29
Good.
seconds.
Vital information that I need. Don't you just love feats that have really annoying yet pointless abilities? I do. Why I have loads of them.
All right.
Okay. So I suppose I'll do my bit first. Yeah, I stride on into the Mages Guild.
Yeah, you stride up
through the front door.
You stride to the Mages Guild. It actually kind of has like a garden-like entrance as you go in, and then you see the large door, and you open it up, and it's a series, or actually it's 2 levels of just hallways which lead out. And from the outside, this is quite a large building with appears to just have loads and loads of rooms. So imagine looking down from above. It would be like a square, but with the kind of middle taken out of it, and down those kind of corridors which go either side of it are on each level repeated offices and labs and all sorts. There are many doors, and while there does appear to be some kind of desk where someone would normally be seated at this hour, there is no one, and you occasionally hear the odd footsteps coming clacking down the hallways from one of the doors.
I kind of walk up to where the desk seems like it normally would be, and I kind of just look around.
Yeah.
And then if no one turns up, I just slam my staff on the table a bit.
Like, are you trying to loudly trying to get someone's attention?
Yes.
All right, you do it, and you wait a few moments, and no one seems to respond.
I think.
You continue to just make a racket, and several moments later, a young man comes into the room. He couldn't be much older than 25, a human, and he's just like, "What? What is it? I was studying."
Good. Now you're doing something less pointless. Need rooms.
Rooms? This isn't an inn. This is the Mages Guild. And then he kind of looks at you and realizes this man's got to be.
It's on the head. I am a mage. Just the beard, just the staff, just nothing about me. I hit him on the head again.
Yeah, that's why he was looking at you,
Honestly, a waste of
confused.
time.
But it's room. What about a room?
Need one.
Are you a member?
Hit him on the head.
Did you hit him on the head again? He's just like, I can't give you a room unless you're a member. It's kind of.
How do you become a member?
One moment, and he walks back into one of the doors and comes out with some paper. And he's just like, right. And then he goes on to explain this process, this slightly long process. Like becoming a member of the guild appears to just be. You just need to get one wizard to take you on as the apprentice, even if you're probably more skilled than them. And it appears that the system he explains is you constantly, as you go up rank, get passed on to more and more experienced mages. So you need to find someone who will consider you an apprentice. or to take you on as an apprentice, but you can come in at a higher level if you have that experience. And that's basic. And he hands you these forms, just like, if you want to write an application, I can hand those around to anyone who's taking them on at the moment.
You, boy, do you have a master?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're my apprentice now. You can sort it out in the morning. I'll give you my room.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I thought he has to be the apprentice.
Well, I'm assuming that if I am the apprentice of someone who's not by the guild, I hope by therefore logical conclusion, I am now a wizard.
You don't know Jack.
You watch, he's gonna roll 2 20s.
That is so going to be my catchphrase. You don't know Jack. Oh, that's perfect.
Alright, go for it. Persuasion with disadvantage
I
because
don't suppose I can charm person him.
you can, but he will know. Like as soon as it ends. Also, this is a mage's guild. As a mage, you would guess that mages are far more likely to implement magical alarms and security. And you're betting that this would probably set one off. If you were to... You kind of...
Don't give me disadvantage, Alex. I am obviously a wizard. I am obviously a wizard.
You're obvious.
Let me have this. Please let me have this.
You're obviously a wizard, but your line of argument is that you're now my apprentice.
I will admit my argument is flawed, but I've hit him on the head enough that he should be brain damaged to the point where he
kind of looks for it, just like, and he's just like, if you stop hitting me, I can give you the room numbers of all the wizards who are taking on apprentice at the moment.
Okay, agreed.
He quickly rushes back into his room and pulls out some papers, and he just lists off a couple different, 4 different numbers actually of rooms. He says, that wing, and that wing.
Okay, and then look around. It's late, boy. Why aren't you studying? And then I hit him on the head with a stick again. Go to your room.
He just looks like he's about to start crying. He's obviously just very sheltered, and this encounter was he could barely cope with it. So he kind of rushes back into his room and down a couple of hallways. You can hear him running off.
I go to the first. Door on my list.
Yeah, the first door on your list. It's on the top floor, and you walk along about a third of the way down the hallway, and you knock loudly.
No. I slam my staff. I use knock on the door.
Do you have that spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
It opens automatically, and it gives a huge knocking noise in a 300 feet radius.
As you cast knock on the door, all of a sudden, the door at the air, which you came from the other room, swings shut, but the other door you just opened swings open, and inside there is a middle-aged man who is currently brewing some potions as he kind of looks at you, and then he kind of looks at something on the wall for a second and looks back and he goes, "What did you just do?"
I'm your apprentice now. Agreed?
You just set off half the bloody alarms in this wing. You're gonna... if you want to be my apprentice, I'm afraid you're gonna have to apply later. You're about to be taken away.
So, agreed. I'm your apprentice. Good.
It kind of looks, and you walk out, and as you walk down the hallway, the door which just slammed behind you at the end, you can see 2 men kind of come in, and then from the other side, 2 more, and they kind of look towards you, and they just shout, "Halt! Who are you?"
And then goes, "My name's Jack. You can do. I know there was a problem. My master over there will tell you to do. It's no deal." And I keep on walking away.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh my god, if this works. This very much does not work.
Look at go. No. Stay there. You've been using unsolicited magic within the guild. Well, stay there. And as they kind of approach you slowly and cautiously, as they can obviously tell you appear to them at least to be a skilled wizard, as they slowly kind of walk up to you, and 2 of them behind you, both of them go to grab one of each of your arms. And a man from the room comes in and says, he kind of looks to the other 2, to the guard, and says, "Oh God, yes, this man is my apprentice now. Go off. He was just being inappropriate casting spells. He's new, as you can see. And he looks at them, and they kind of look at him, and they're like, looking, and he's like, yes, I'm sure. And they kind of wander off, start walking back down the hallway. He's just like, now, if you're going to be my apprentice, you should at least learn the rules when it comes to casting spells in this place.
Oh, I'm just an apprentice, so I can get a free room.
He slams the door in your face.
I look around. Well, that was a success. Anyway, I go down to the front desk and slam on it some more.
Several moments later, you kind of see the door which the boy originally came through kind of peer open slightly, and you can see him kind of peep around and then kind of back round again.
Don't you dare! The moment I see him, don't you dare!
Intimidation. And then he kind of just like sheepishly comes back round and just like, yes.
Strange man with the bottles up there is my master now. Give him my key.
Which you just described half the
read off
people
the
here.
I read off the number.
Read off the number, just like. Have you?
You have that many seconds to get me my key.
He kind of just kind of looks and just like. He just rushes back in and he says, he says, fill out the. I need you to fill out the form. He still didn't. I can't give you the key.
Look at the forms. How much paperwork does that look to be?
About 3 pages, which should only take you 10 minutes. If you, with your scholarly abilities, a normal person would probably have to spend a long time deciphering a lot of that on them. But you know what you're doing.
Okay, I signed the paperwork.
You go through all the paperwork and you're just like, and you have to pay your first membership fee up front. As he points to the very end of it, which you realise says that there's a membership fee of 10 gold a month.
Look left and right. Fine, I fork him over 10.
Okay.
I don't even have 10 gold. I do not have 10 gold. I do not hand him 10 gold. I hand him 5 copper and tell him that'll do.
Actually, guys,
I'll pay the rest tomorrow.
okay, just please don't hit me again. as he hands over the key at arm's length, trying to keep as best distance away from your stick.
Child abuse apparently does have its benefits.
He's not even a child. He's more like a man child.
Well, he's gonna have the IQ of a child after I'm done hitting him. I then look through. Where's the library?
He kind of points down and says, "At the end of either hallway."
Okay, I head off to the library, and I'm going to start looking up for any more detailed records on how Defius the guild might have.
All right, let's go do what Riktor and Johannes. I mean, Riktor and Samwell even.
Aye, thank you.
Worthman, I still have the weird border thing. I don't know what it is. Is it on my end?
No, that shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
I can just redo you, but just continue. It's minor for the moment. So yeah, you arrive at Judge Bear's, and you can't hear. You can see the lights are on indoors at about it's 8 o'clock. The lights on the bottom floor all appear to be on. By lights, I mean candles, of course. Yeah, and the door is closed, and you can hear a slight conversation going on from inside.
Does it sound like lots of people?
Make a perception check.
Alright.
Rune's keyboard is very loud.
I'm not. Oh, sorry.
Shall I make one as well, Alex? Or?
Yeah, if you're both trying to determine how many people are inside, go for it.
Doesn't seem to be working. Let me try again.
I apologise, it's not Harun, it's Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm not typing. Hands up.
Rebecca, your
Nice.
keyboard is loud.
Okay, so Samwell
There we go.
thinks there's probably no more than 10. Riktor is estimating probably 5. So
I feel like 5.
I'm sure you're right.
Why do you think there's so many people in there? This old guy don't
advised
have
him. We advised him to have a
Oh shit,
gathering.
that's right. We did, didn't we?
Yes. Why are we
Should we,
whispering?
because we're right outside the house. They're gonna hear us.
Yes.
Aren't you good at sneaking? Seems like
I'm exceptionally good at sneaking.
it seems like sneaking 101. Not yelling outside of the target. I'm just saying. Entry level sneaking. What should we do?
Riktor, I feel like one of us should go inside,
Inside.
and I feel that it should not be me.
What? Why? Why are we gonna go inside?
Well, I don't trust him. He may not be in there.
I don't trust him either, but well, you just said you're great at sneaking. Why would I go inside?
Go in as one of the guests.
One of the No, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Are you trying to get me killed, Samwell?
No.
This sure seems like it.
I mean, I'll go.
Are you trying to get yourself killed? This seems ridiculous.
Yes, let's send a serial killer elf to blend in with high society.
He is.
Okay.
You're not.
Do I think I can climb the front of the house and climb in one of the top windows?
Yeah, you think you could. It would be a little difficult, but yeah, you're definitely possible.
Should we go together?
Especially with some climbing equipment. The problem with climbing is, though, you're in a relatively well-off area, and while the streets aren't busy, there are the odd one or two people occasionally, and being seen climbing, a very rich person's house might be a call
Should
for
we go around the
concern
back?
by the other citizens.
Let's go. Should we go see what's out back? Is there like alleys and shit behind the house, or?
To get behind the house, you have to, kind of take a big loop around, because these houses are all quite big. There is a way to get round the back effectively.
Let's see. You want to see if we can find a way in the back?
All right.
Or do you just want to climb up right here?
I think I can do it without being noticed. And I try
there.
and just bamf into the wall, and then pick an opportune moment to clamber
Alright.
up.
Can you make me a stealth check and a climb check?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're quite as very, very quiet.
And
Climb check.
acrobatics?
If you can explain to me how you use acrobatics to climb his house, yes.
Well, as ever, Samwell does it
Richter's
with
gonna
a
put out
certain-
his knee so he can like jump off of it.
I don't do a somersault, but it's very graceful. It's very
Do a
cat-like.
backflip!
I'm gonna say you can try to do it with acrobatics. You don't have disadvantage, but the DC will be very slightly higher because it doesn't have the poles and branches you might need in order to do all your fancy flips. But it has
I
enough
don't
points.
need
So go for it.
it. I'll do it.
Okay, you scale your way up carefully and silently, jumping from one point to another on the decorative stonework, and you finally get your way up to the second floor, which I think for Americans is the third floor. The third story.
Third story.
Yep.
I understand that.
Yep.
It's because Americans are weird.
You're weird.
You make your way up to the third story. You could easily get onto the roof from here, but there are some balconies which you can stand on at this point.
Great. So I look inside one of the windows.
You look inside one of the
All
windows. You see curtains.
Fantastic. And I try and prise a window up. Or
All right. Looking at the window,
open in somewhere.
looking at the window, it appears as though it's just got a latch on the inside. You might have something in your thieves' tools which you could squeeze under the window and potentially unhook it. But
Excuse me. I of course have my small file and handle mirror, my
Yep.
pliers, and my scissors.
do you have a thieves' kit? Thieves' tools.
That's
even.
my thieves' tools. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you want, then you can make me a I'm gonna say it's gonna be lockpicking still.
Okay, so I'll
It's
just
while it's not like a lock, it's more about being able to. All right, you kind of try for a little bit, and it's taking you a bit of time, and then you realise you need to just get your file out and just file away a little bit of the bottom of the window so you can get that room underneath before you can quickly. Flick. And then you slowly pull open the window as quietly as you can, and pull back the curtains, and you appear to go into some kind of drawing room, and as the decorations would suggest.
Did you get the window open? Hey, did you get the window open?
I find somewhere to tie off a rope potentially, and I'll throw down my 50 hempen feet.
Okay.
of rope.
Yeah. Well, it's a balcony. There is definitely somewhere to tie your rope. And you throw it off the ledge, and the rope kind of comes clattering down. Are you going to make me? If you're going to climb up there, could you make me a stealth check, Riktor?
Yes.
Come on.
All right, you start. 1 second. You start climbing up there. You start climbing up, and as you do, you're nearly at the top. When you just hear the shout from below, go. Who's up there? Somebody's climbing that building. And you can see a couple of people in the street who have walked by, have just spotted your rope from the bottom and looked up and spotted you, and they quit. And then as they see you, they quickly start running off down the street.
Well, Samwell, I got spotted. I think they're going to get a guard. What should we do?
Cheese it.
I have never thought this far ahead.
I told you this was a bad idea. Shit! Work for us, Samwell. Wait, the guards work for us. I'll go get the guards.
Okay, well, I just explore the room, I guess.
Yeah, just leave the rope here. I'll come back. And I go chasing off. I go down the rope. I just go chasing after the people that I saw go running off.
Yeah, you go running off, chasing after the two people who just went running off themselves in the direction of the nearest guards.
You're about to get arrested by the guards, and the guards work for you, and you work for the guards while you're committing a crime against somebody who used to be a member of the guards. I no longer know what's going on.
Oh God.
I don't think it's right.
Why don't you go hit someone with your staff?
Probably follow this.
Alright, yeah, so
I actually have a sword better than a staff.
I think we've got the title for this episode. Guardception.
Shenanigans?
No,
Yeah,
Guardception.
Godception.
Anyway, so you chase after the guard. Samuel, while you're exploring the room, you can see to the back left, from the window you came in, there is a door, and around this place it kind of has an easel and a desk and some drawing equipment. There appear to be some various books and pieces of artwork laid around here. Yeah, and the room.
Is any of it good?
Some, you would call. The stuff hanging on the walls, yeah, the stuff hanging on the walls is good. You would call the stuff you're seeing on the side an amateur who isn't bad.
Okay. I look at it unknowingly, and I listen at the door.
Alright, you listen at the door, and once again you can hear the sound of those voices and the occasional laughter and the clinking of glasses. Now, while Riktor, can you make me an athletics check? Are you trying to catch up with the people who ran off, or are you just going to go straight to the guards instead?
I'm gonna find the people that I want to follow them, and then if they talk to guards, I want to go intervene.
Make me an athletics check then, see if you can catch up. Oh, you keep pace with them, and they actually notice you running up behind them, and they kind of do their best to keep, and they run around the corner, and then you see them when they get to the end of the street go through this archway which appears to lead inside into kind of this gardens near these large areas, and you can hear them kind of talking, and as you quickly rush up, they turn around and say, him, and they just kind of point to you as you're kind of out of breath. And the guards there's two guards kind of standing such way, and one of them's kind of going, they're both kind of gesturing, holding on the handles of their swords as they kind of look, listening and they go to you, alright, drop all your weapons.
Hey, take it easy, alright? I didn't come running after you to start a fight, alright? I came to tell you what's going on. I'm working for Captain Giles, alright? These good citizens, they thought they saw a crime, but what they actually saw was an investigation, alright? This isn't. They don't know what they saw, right? But yeah, we're working for Captain Giles. All right. We need you to not interfere here.
Be quiet, sir. And they go there. What did you see? So we're just walking down the street. Okay. And then as we passed one of the stately houses, we saw there was a rope hanging, and we looked up and he was climbing in the top. Which house was it? And they just like, number 16 is like, hey, it's like. So what were you doing, breaking into?
Well, that's classified information. All right,
it's classified information.
You can't know that. Now, can you talk to Captain Giles?
Can you make me a persuasion check?
With an investigation, and he is not going to be happy with you hindering my efforts here.
Yeah.
Okay, one second.
Nice.
The two guards kind of look at each other, just like directly for Captain Giles. Can we take a name?
Sure. My name's Riktor.
Riktor.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. Go talk to Giles. You can describe it to me. You'll be fine.
Can I have a last name, sir? And just...
No, you cannot. All right, I don't got time for this. I start to walk away.
Can you make me another persuasion check?
Sure.
You start to walk.
Right?
You start to walk away, and the other two look to each other. And one kind of reaches out, and the other one just kind of grabs them and says, and you kind of hear this muttering like, don't bother. He can't run anywhere anyway. And yeah, you start heading back, and the two kind of civilians kind of look at each other, just like, what just happened? And the guy, and yeah, you return back to Judge Bayer's front door without pursue.
Before I head all the way back, I turn around as I walk away, and guards, get these two names. I want to make sure that they don't give any information away. I want them on the record. Go give their names to Captain Giles. And I keep walking.
All right, cool. So you go back. So after exploring the room, what else did you do, Samwell?
I climb up.
Yep.
I'll look if Richter's on the way. I'll just wait for him.
All right, yeah, you just wait, and you climb back up and pull the rope up as you go along this time, and get up to the top with Samwell.
What happened?
There were some people. They saw us. They went to the guards, but I put those guards in their place. Don't worry.
No need to worry.
No need to worry. It's under control.
All right.
I think.
It seems to be some kind of art studio.
Art studio?
Nothing of any concern to us.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this room, Samwell. I want to know what's going on in the house.
All right.
What'd you hear? Let's go in. Let's go in. Come on.
More hubbub, but I would guesstimate around 10 people.
10 people? Damn. That's a lot of people. Let's should we try and get closer? See if we can hear some words?
I crouch down low and I start opening the door.
You crouch down low and you start opening the door. The door does not appear to be locked as you kind of creak it open. And this level of the house, as you can tell, doesn't seem to be lit. It appears to be only part of the second floor, and most of the downstairs is lit. As you crack open, you can hear, and from this distance echoing, you can't make out the conversation incredibly clearly, but it seems to be somewhat jovial in nature.
I look back to Riktor. I have no idea what we're trying to achieve here.
You're the one who wanted to come in the damn house.
I have no idea why we're here.
Neither do I. What are we doing in here?
I think we should leave.
Now I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to come in here, but now I'm curious. What are we in? Like, what do we see? Is there?
So you kind of creak it open, and it appears to be kind of like
over Samwell's head, like.
It's like
I just move to the side and let him pass.
It's like a top floor landing, and there's some kind of stairs just to the right, and a little hallway which lead, and a couple of rooms on one side, and a couple of rooms on the other side, and then a kind of door again immediately to your left.
Do I see any lights coming out of the cracks underneath the doors in the hallways?
Out of all the rooms, no, but you do see lights coming up from the stairs.
Stairs. Is the landing like railed with like barred rails or
Yeah,
something
no.
solid?
No, there's barred rails up to the around the edge of the stairs.
Hey, let's go take a closer. You want to take a closer look? We're already in here.
Very well.
I start creeping out. I just want to see what I can see, like down below the landing.
All right,
I'm not coming out far.
You start going down. You go over to near the stairs and kind of
I
start
give him my handle mirror.
peering your head lower so that you can see between the banisters. And what you can see is the kind of stairs go down.
I'm using the mirror.
Oh yeah, okay. Still using the mirror, you kind of see the stairs zigzag down and then down another floor. And from this floor, you kind of look and you, at one point, you see that butler you think you saw earlier quickly glance through the mirror, holding some trays on the only because you can only just get a small fraction of the bottom floor from the angle of the stairs. But from here, you can hear the conversation a lot more clearly now as you got a lot closer, and you just seem to hear them kind of talking about all these different stories, and then Judge Bear always seems to frequently interrupt and talk about this one case where this happened or this one case where this happened, and it just seems to be old people telling stories from what you can tell.
I knew this was fucking stupid. I didn't want to come here in the first place. Fucking get that damn fucking lizard. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Actual fantasy
I offer him the rope, and
Yeah.
once he's down, I untie it and I climb down.
Yep. You untie and climb down yourselves, unsure as to why you just did that.
Let's go get some sleep. This is fucking stupid.
Genius.
All right. Okay.
Can we go back to the inn?
Yes.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Okay. So, anything that Markus and Nala were doing just for... Or are you still just guarding the guy?
Just guarding and talking. And do we see anything on the streets while we watch him?
Oh, while you watch them, the area of town you're in, you're on the edge of the shady area, and you see shady people walking down the streets, but none of them seem to be directing their activities at you.
Okay. No one said running a stakeout would be easy.
You just have to be patient.
I guess. I have a feeling that there's more leads where we can be showing up. We should be researching. We should be getting a name out of this guy, but he's unfortunately unconscious still.
We can do that during the day. We can
After tonight,
investigate
I
during the
mean,
day, and then at night we can actually protect people, stop them from being killed too.
you went to the judge's records house, right?
Yes.
The justice records. Were there any other names apart from the people who'd already gone missing on that list?
No, right?
We
I
had
don't think so.
Okay, I'm just going to see what level... I'm just going to look at what are the list of names. So there was Brynus, one of the people who's gone missing. Mary, one of the people who's gone missing.
Stiggan.
Yes, Stiggan, who's gone missing. There was also Joan Ardennis mentioned in the case, but that was the body which appears to have been exhumed and gone missing. There was Harvey's, who has gone missing. There was... of the people names mentioned in the case, there are a bunch of different nobles mentioned, but in terms of witnesses and people who are actually directly, in terms of witnesses, those are all the names. But there are also other noble houses who are talked about, but they are phrased as in to be victims of crimes, as opposed to the people who are witnesses, which is the current link you have.
Yeah.
What do we know about the noble houses? Yeah, this is like Markus with his ink pen out, and he's like writing in his journal. You know.
Alright. So, from what you can tell of the noble houses, they seem a bit varied. A couple of them appear to be other houses of arcane nature, from what you can remember, having done some research earlier. And others some don't ring any bells, and others you recognise as being slightly more prominent noble houses.
Okay. Are there any names in specific? That I would see?
There is the family line, which you know to be quite a prominent one, who still actually hold a place on the Council of the Six, and have done for the past several years.
They're called the family line.
The family of Line, that's Lyne, the Line family. Or the Lin family.
Okay.
It depends on... yeah.
Okay, and what sort of crimes were they the victims of?
So in their family you can see that one of their sons was actually murdered. Their eldest son, in fact.
Alright, and the other houses?
The other houses, similar crimes seem to be against them, but like I said, the others don't seem to actually be... None of them you know of immediately in much detail. And they seem to be of similar crimes were dealt against them, having several family members murdered, some of them themselves, some of the heads of those families were even murdered. Evidently, the murders did take a toll, as their prominence probably has dropped since then.
The council, does the council run Cornstag?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Information about the council, which you probably know, is the council consists of 6 council members who run it. The High Custodian, who you know to actually be Captain Giles. The Lord Marshal, who you don't know, but he is the captain of essentially the military. The Minister of Internal Trade, typically someone who isn't directly associated with, but, you know, works for the Merchants Guild, because they're not allowed to, but they basically work for the Merchants Guild. But officially they don't, but everyone knows it.
Okay.
The Common Speaker, who is actually the one person in the council who was elected by the population of Coronsteg. The Noblite Advisory, who you know to be the head of House Line at the moment, and the Prime Sage Arcanist.
Okay.
Who is most normally also the head of the Mages Guild.
Just by living in the city, would I have heard about the Noblite Advisory? How old is he or she?
You know them as Gaulis, is the Gaulis line, and he is in his late 50s from what you hear, or an elderly aging gentleman, but he's holds a lot of very powerful trade ties, as well as owning a huge amount of land in and around Coronsteg.
I see.
I'll just type that into you. There you go.
Nala, I think we're wasting our time here. We should. I have something that we might need to check up on. I mean,
If
I
you
assume.
want to go that, then you can. But I'm gonna stay here.
You sure?
and
Are you gonna
continue
be all right?
sleeping.
Are you gonna be all right on your own?
Yes, definitely.
I'll maybe go see if I can find Riktor and Samwell at the where were they going again? The inn, or were they going?
We went.
Judge.
Yeah, we told you we're going to the judge's house.
Okay, maybe I can go catch them at the judge's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Markus is gonna leave. You know.
Yeah, you head off to the judge's house. By the time you get there, all you notice is... Actually, can you make me a perception check? Can you get that?
Okay. It's like, really, I was the citizen who ran off to tell tales on...
You look and
on Richard.
you can hear the sounds of light conversation coming from indoors, but other than that, there appears to be nothing unusual about his house. As you remember it, just at night. It's approximately 9 o'clock at the moment now.
Okay. Damn. I have no idea where they went. The Mages Guild. That sounds like a place. I can maybe go find Jack, maybe see if he knows something.
Alright, so Jack, then, what have you been doing during over the last hour, basically? Jacob?
I am just thinking. I have most likely been looking up House Defius. Specifically, any records unique to the Mages Guild about the lineage, possibly members of the family that are also members of the rank, or maybe an official declaration of blacklisting them.
What does your scholarly ability do, by the way?
It means that I can research at virtually double the rate of anybody else, and I know exactly where to find the information that I'm looking for to answer my question.
Okay, can you make me an investigation check with advantage?
Would it not be more related to the history or arcana, specifically what I'm trying to study? Basically, I can do investigation if you want. I'm just as good as it.
Yeah, like it's largely to see how, Yeah, so you search through there, and it takes you but a few minutes, knowing how these arcane libraries are usually laid out, to find the section which you have access to. And you flick through until eventually you find one of the books, and you kind of read through it. And reading about that family line, it appears as though they actually descend, or originally come from an area near. What's the name of the city? I've forgotten it, and I don't have it written down. But near the southern Crescent Mountains, near one of the mighty elven cities, and they moved to this region some 150 years ago.
Could you give me the name of said mountains or said elven city?
Well, the mountains are actually called the Crescent Peaks, I believe, and I just need to look up the name of the city for you.
Just
Laninli.
I think that might be the one. Is that the correct one?
Somebody spell me that out for me while
It looks very Welsh.
It is very Welsh. Just for everyone who's watching, just so you know, in my setting, elves and the languages are somewhat based on Welsh Gaelic. Dwarves.
It's a cool language, though.
Dwarves kind of are Gaelic. and
to any Welsh person who's offended by that, good.
You don't know Jack.
You don't know Jack.
Alright, so yeah, it appears that lineage came from there. And reading about their history, they do actually appear to have been surprisingly powerful magicians, but you can tell that, or you can see that they never made any association with the Mages Guild, and it talks about how the Mages Guild made repeated attempts to reach out to them as they were powerful mages, but each time they were constantly rejected and proceeded to continue on their own work, up until the point where you read in the book about the whole incident, how the family line just kind of disappears, and it says all of the house were executed after a treasonous for treason 8 years ago, and just like. Yeah, and other than that, it doesn't have a great deal extra detail on them. It has the name of the family members which you know of. At the time, there were only 2 living family members in this region. It doesn't have information on the rest of the family, only the ones from Corinsteg. So there could be other living family members, but none who at least are in Corinsteg.
Okay. And any listing specifically of the crime, or at least the actions that alienated the Mages Guild?
It does have a specific extract about how they assaulted and attempted to assassinate former Prime Sage Arcanist Joan Ardennis,
that'd be the woman who is currently dead.
Yeah, and how in the incident they were actually apprehended, as she and several other guards present at the time were proved too strong of a match for them.
Alright, I want to go through their official records of new apprentices, and I want to see, during the timeline based upon when that kid would have arrived 8 years ago. I want to know if anybody with either the name Defius or of half-elven origin was accepted into the guild itself.
Okay.
And what under what alias?
Yeah. Once again, make me another investigation check with advantage as well. All right. So you flick through. These seem a little harder to get to. It takes you a bit of maybe an hour, but eventually you do actually find them. And you go through the records and you skim back, and you kind of isolate the rough time. Looking for a half-elf child of that half-elven child around the ages 10 to 13. You do eventually find only one which fits the bill. 1 second. And they seem to go by the only half-elven child at the time who was a member of the Mages Guild. It stands out so incredibly so because children usually are under the ages of 14 and not admitted. Went by the name of Callian Corvus.
Achillean or Acalian?
1 second, I'll type it in chat. Callian Corvus.
Acalian. And Corvus is in bird.
Callian Corvus.
Okay. So, named after the raven. Or the crow. Dooby. Okay, is he still a member?
If you want to try and find that out by looking in the other books, you can. It'll take you a little more time, but it's getting a bit late at this point.
What time is it now?
So it's going to be about 10:30.
Exactly.
It is 10:32.
Who needs clocks when you have me?
In 15 sequence.
I'm so glad. I don't even know why I picked this feat up. I can't remember what on earth it does. Oh yeah, that's it. Eidetic memory.
Hey Alex,
right,
do I finally reach the Mages Guild by 10:32?
Oh yeah, no, by 10 o'clock actually. So by 10 o'clock you get to the Mages Guild. You enter into this kind of room and you can see all the doors and the two stories, and the doors kind of either side, and you can guess from the outside the shape of the building is this kind of long rectangle with the centre cut out of it. But once again, there is nobody there at the desk. You can see there appeared to be a couple bash marks though on it.
On the
as
desk.
As if it had been struck by a wooden object.
It's just like, Jack was here. Alright, so then I'm gonna take out my own quarterstaff and I'm gonna start beating on the desk.
You start beating on the desk. And you keep beating on the desk. And 7 more days, the door to the back right kind of creaks open slightly, and you see this kind of blonde hair just peek very slightly out of the edge. And then the door opens more, and you hear this kind of, "Oh, thank God, I thought you were that crazy old man." And you see this...
So you've seen my grandfather. Please, sir, I beseech you, I'm looking for...
He's in the library! He's in the library!
Thank you so much. I'll go... Can you point me in that direction? I'll go retrieve him at once.
He just points and closes the door.
Thank you. I'm gonna head up in that direction.
You walk down the hallways and you get to the very end. And you go up to the doors, and as you kind of go to open it, it appears to be locked. Jack, while you're doing your research, you hear the sound of someone trying to open the door. The back right door. There are actually 4 doors to this entrance, but it's the back bottom level right door. There we go, to be as specific as possible.
I look at the door making the noise, and I wait to see if it goes away.
Thunk, 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 thunk. You know, we'll just keep trying the door.
It changes into
Does it go away after like 30 seconds?
After about 10 seconds, instead it changes to a constant knocking.
Jesus. I go to the door. I open it. The first thing I do is, before you even register it, I just hit them on the head with the stick.
Ah, damn it!
Do you want to make an attack roll for me, or you're gonna, or
you actually hurt him?
You have advantage.
Jack, it's me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, As long as damage is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, Markus, get in. I kind of just pull him in and close the door and lock it.
Just go lord lurching forward, you know. It's like,
People don't tell you to leave when doors are locked to leave them alone.
well, I was trying to find you, you know. That the man at the desk seemed very frightened for some reason. But moving on, what have you
He knows I'm
found?
here. I have like a rather wild, feral, hunted look in my eyes.
It's okay. I told them you're my grandfather. Just play along with me if they ask. Okay?
God damn it, they know. They'll be after me soon. I kind of stumble away and start putting books into my backpack.
Jack, focus. I'm gonna shake him. What have you found? Jack.
I turn back to him. I think I'm gonna be wanted. I think they want to put me in prison.
We can leave as soon as possible. Just tell me what you found.
Look around. Oh, no, it's nothing to do with what I found. I just used some spells and I activated every magic alarm in the building and I'm kind of hiding here and hoping they don't notice me. But you've told them where I am.
No, they know where you are. They just don't care. They're hoping you go away on your own. But that's okay. Okay?
I look up. Wait. Really?
Yes. I'll
Well,
be
I'm
quite
not
honest.
leaving here for 1 minute. I
I
sit
doubt
myself
it-
down.
I doubt anyone in this building will try to physically remove you.
Right, well, what have I found? I go back to my notes. Oh, yes. How Defius. Well, I know who their kid is.
Who is it?
Bring my notes very quickly. Callion Corvus.
Callion Corvus.
The only half-elf that matches the description.
And same age, same appearance that you saw.
8 years
in
ago,
Antwerp?
13-year-old half-elf turns up.
Okay, that does fit our description. Do you have any current information on him? When did he leave the guild?
That's what I was doing before you kindly interrupted me.
Please continue. If I can help you in any way, just ask.
Okay, well then.
Well, I pointed the book to the staff. Get looking.
Hit on the head. Yeah, I'll start helping him look.
Alright, so after not very long, you find the records of current members of the Mages Guild. And going through them, you eventually do find the name Callion Corvus. And you see that he has permanent accommodation here, and is in fact one of the stewards of the... We see he's in fact one of the stewards of the Mages Guild, and in fact has the role of currently the tertiary ingredients procurer. It's his title.
Alright, I look around. Keep looking, and I walk out the room, and I begin to bang once more on the desk.
Does it say where his room is? And I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
looking through the books.
It does say where his room is.
Jack, let's go find his room. Quietly, please.
You literally catch me halfway through shooting the staff, and then go,
Alright.
bye.
Okay. So you two go and off to try and find his room. It appears to be on the second floor, about 2/3 of the way down the left-hand passage, until you find the door, and yeah, you're at his door. It appears just like all of the rest. You knock on the door, and you wait a few moments. You wait a few more. And there's no reply.
Try the door handle.
Try the
Can I
door
look
handle.
through the keyhole?
Yeah, you can try looking through the keyhole. You try the door handle. The door appears to be locked. Make me a perception check as
Look
you
at it.
peer through the door handle.
You're
Or
a criminal, Markus. Pick the lock.
You peer through the door handle.
It's like,
And you
look,
can-
Jack, I don't know what Riktor's told you about me, but it was only minor assault. All right, I'm not a criminal. I'm a
You're an
sailor.
awful thief. I cast knock on the door.
You cast knock on the door. Okay. You cast knock on the door, and it swings open with that resounding knock sound, which the spell makes, emanating throughout the walls. And inside, you see a room with a desk and a bed. Not a particularly large room, but large enough. A bookshelf with several books. Appears to be some alchemist kit. The curtains are drawn. There was no one in this room. The bed appears to have been left made. And as you start to look into the room, you once again hear that kind of sound of doors slamming throughout the building. And several moments later, you hear the kind of footsteps coming from 4 directions. And Markus, you look up his side to see heavily armoured men coming in once again from both directions as they move in towards your location. And they shout, "Stay there!"
I literally, as the much more, I just
No,
go,
see-
"What now? I just knocked."
It's like, nope.
They look
We
look
have
up.
to go. Come on. I'm gonna start pulling Jack back, but not
Well-
very strongly. You know.
I pull him off and just go. Is it the same guards as last time?
It's the same guards as last time, but the way the hallway is, so you're in this long hallway and they're just coming from either side, closing in towards you two, and just be like,
I just knocked. Oh, you know I'm an apprentice here. Go away.
No,
they're just
no,
like,
you're not an apprentice here. We have to leave. They don't want us here.
Look at
Come
Markus.
on.
they just shout,
Come with me now.
"Silence!
No,
You're under arrest for trespass and using unauthorized magic." As they kind of quickly, speedily, like
I'm
lightly
an
jog.
apprentice here.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. And as you're in the middle of talking, 2 of them go to tackle either of you.
No,
okay.
I'm not resisting. I'm just standing still.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I was currently in the middle of like pulling Jack's arms like as they turn to tackle us. I'm gonna put up my hands like stop. You know.
Yeah, you kind of put your hands up just before they go to tackle you, and they just kind of very quickly grab your hands from either of you and kind of put these heavy manacles on with your hands both behind your backs as they're just like, and then 2 guards take the both of you down out of the building, and you appear to be heading towards Coronsteg Central Castle at the moment.
God. Okay. Okay. As we are they taking us like a back alley approach?
No, they're taking you like the streets and all.
Alex, what charge does resisting arrest and escaping from arrest get you in this city?
It depends what you do while resisting arrest.
No one is hurt.
Okay, so if you use magic, typically using magic against guards or civilians or in an unauthorized raid,
Against the guards.
but it can get
Against the handcuffs.
it can get you a worse charge potentially. A resisting arrest typically then makes you a fugitive, which is not good because they can then act in a violent. They don't have to try and take you peacefully.
Okay. Okay.
And you think it also would make your charges probably, depending on the crimes you committed, anywhere. Currently, you would get it probably increase your charges by maybe a 40 gold.
Okay. Jack, whatever you do, don't say anything, and I'm gonna twin cast invisibility on myself and him.
Okay, does
Before he
it?
cast that,
Question.
I'm going to cast knock.
Question: do either of those have somatic components?
No, mine
see.
does not.
Let me check invisibility. It's let me look at the spell compendium.
You can click it in you can click it and it will come up. And we can have a look at the description.
Okay. Whoop.
Before you cast this, can I cast suggestion on one of the guards?
I need to see what components it has. Right, so invisibility has a somatic component, so you cannot cast it with your hands bound.
Suggestion.
Okay.
If you click it, I can see if you can cast it. All right. So verbal and material. Okay, you can't do the material component with your hand bound.
Yes, you can because it's my staff.
Yeah, but you're not
holding.
holding.
Lets me hold my staff while I walk.
No, they're holding the
walk
staff.
without-
It's a weapon. They're one of them's like carrying. Yeah, one of them's like carrying you. He's just dragging you. This guy's strong.
I'm not going to resist. I tell you the other way, I'm not going to resist arrest. Can I just have my staff back to walk? It's much more comfortable.
You don't need it when it's behind your back. Your hands are behind your back. You couldn't use the staff.
Oh. In which case.
And they kind of just pick you up and keep carrying you along with them.
Just somatic. Sorry, knock has no somatic component. But does Unseen Servant have a somatic? It does. Does Tensor's Magical Disc? Yes, it does.
How secure do these manacles look?
Okay, kind of. You can feel they're heavier and appear to be noticeably wider than normal manacles.
Okay. Would I recognize the type of metal that they're made of, or like that they'd
All right.
specifically be
Can
made
you
for like wizards?
Because you only saw them for a brief amount. Actually, no. I guess you can look behind the other person's back. So what do you want to know about them? What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out if these were specifically made to halt magic.
Okay, make me an Arcana check. I know, make me a Perception check, then an Arcana check, because you haven't had an especially close look at them.
Okay.
So to see if you can gather, yeah,
Oh.
you can gather you can gather enough detail to be able to make an Arcana check about them.
Oh, damn it!
From what you can gather, you would guess they would, but you can't. Because of course you're a sorcerer and you cast spontaneously. Any of the symbols and iconography they have on them, you're not entirely sure.
Okay.
But
It's like I'm gonna turn to the guard. How many guards are there escorting us?
2. There's one, basically
Okay.
one for each of you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the guard escorting me and be like, "Sir, please, I went to the Maid's Guild to collect my grandfather, who was in the middle of wrecking the place up. I don't even use magic myself."
And he kind of looks and says, "Well, because of your grandfather, you're going to be spending the night in jail while we
Sir,
sort this out."
Is there anything I can do so we can just drop this entire matter completely? I'm sure there's something that you want. You know, can I roll?
Can you?
persuasion?
Yeah, make persuasion.
Okay.
Oh,
Although
we're getting bribery added to the charges.
Shit.
he looks to you and just goes, "I wouldn't suggest such things if you want to have all charges dropped against you. If your story is true." As they continue dragging you, after about half an hour, you've got like another 20 minutes before you basically actually get there. So if there's anything you want to,
I've got nothing that my spells work here.
I'm gonna whisper up to Jack. Jack, do you have any ideas?
Well, I can do that. I can knock again.
as you're whispering, one of the guards turns to you and goes, "Quiet."
Oops, my bad. Okay, so
I start whispering in Draconic.
there's no way I can cast spells with my hands behind my back, right? Not even if it's just a finger movement.
If it doesn't have a material or somatic component, you can. If it's got verbal only, you can go for it.
Which means
Okay.
I think I can cast knock.
Knock does have verbal only, so you can cast it. You can cast if you'd like to.
Okay, Alex. I look over to like any of the houses we're walking past. Do any of them look like we're walking towards the castle? So are there like any like valuable jewelers shops or anything?
At this point, so you would have been walking about there. You're not walking by shops, but you are still walking for an upmarket area.
Okay, I look at any of the the shops, any of the houses or shops that look particularly like lucrative, and I cast knock very quietly at one of the doors,
Okay, can
causing
you-
it to go off a 300-foot knock.
Can you make me an intelligence check?
I can't make an intelligence check.
Okay. As you go to cast the spell, you kind of feel the shackles tighten slightly. But as you do so, you get the spell off, and the loud knock emanates from the point. And the guard kind of looks to you and just grabs you and says, "What did you do?" As he sees the kind of door swing open.
I proffer at the manacles. Nothing.
He kind of looks.
Yeah,
He kind of looks at the manacle and says,
So, he can't do anything with those on, I'm sure.
"Yes, well, not according to these." And he kind of, as you look behind, you can see that a small sigil on one of them appears to have lit up.
Malfunction. By the way, everyone in the street is coming out, I assume, because it can be heard through walls for 300 feet.
It's a very loud knock. The person whose door it is comes out, and probably the neighbours do. And they kind of come out, and they kind of just like, and the guards kind of, one of them kind of looks over, one of them goes over. "Nothing to worry about, just unruly criminals," and they kind of get, persuade them to go back in the
I'm
houses.
highly offended. What are you on about? Only he's the criminal.
I'm not a criminal.
Be quiet,
I'm the
both of you,
grandson.
as they grab you and just start pulling you further towards the
I
heap.
shake my head. I've never been so disappointed in my grandson before.
Granddad,
Constant letdown, I'll tell you.
we are gonna be in such trouble. Please, just don't say anything.
As you keep walking,
Incriminating.
they repeatedly shout at you to be quiet on your way there, until eventually they get you to the prison, and you get chucked in. They walk over to some of the prison guards, and then you see them.
Did they unshackle us?
No, they don't unshackle. They see you talking to some guards, and then they chuck you in a separate cell with your shackles left on, and they say, "We'll return in the morning," and then they just walk off.
Okay. Are we in cells right next to each other, or and the walls between us are like bars?
No, they're not bars. The cells are stone walls and then kind of wooden doors, like reinforced wooden doors, with a kind of small. Actually, no, these ones don't. These ones do not have windows. Anyway, judging by the time, I'm just going to say this is a good time for us all to take a break. So everyone, let's take a 10-minute break. Go grab some food, water, bathroom, all of that.
Screw the popo.
Yeah, screw the police. We should not have used magic.
As a magical Shawnee puts it, whoop whoop, that's the sound of the city guard.
Jacob?
I like our I like the things we do though. It's fun.
I think I'm banned for life from the Mages Guild.
I think I'm gonna be banned for trying to get you out.
Hey, Tom's watching.
I knocked. All I did was knock.
You did,
awfully fast.
but it was more so the fact that you were basically breaking in to another person's house after you already told you not to earlier, and you got away with it.
They didn't actually tell me not to. I would like to point out, technically, they did not tell me not to do it again.
One could say it was heavily implied.
Yes, but I did not tacitly consent to their laws, and therefore I reject them.
Well, trespass is a law in Corinsteg. Technically, you're not a member of the Mages Guild anywhere on their property anyway, and
Yes,
you
I was. He said I was his apprentice, and I signed the paperwork.
Yes, but you didn't get it signed by him.
I fulfilled all the requirements.
You didn't get
He
it
made me
signed
his apprentice.
by the guy, and the kid was the young man was just too scared of you and wanted you to leave him alone.
It's not my fault. It's his fault for not being strict enough in his duties.
You're sure that kid will also get scolded, but still.
I'm probably mentally scarred.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh dear.
I apologise if my characters end up doing this. I just find them entertaining.
I think that's fine. I think right now we just have to figure out a way to get out of the prison.
Oh, you said it's only going to be overnight, and you're not going to get in trouble.
You didn't
for it.
get
Like,
assigned
that's
by
Probably
the guy.
true, but I'd rather not spend the night in prison.
I don't think at this point we have an option, Harun. I think at this point we may as well accept the fact that this evening we're in prison.
Look, I've gotten out of prison before. I can do it again.
Yes, by signing the deal, that's weirdly enough landed you right back in prison.
No, I mean, it was in a Burning Wheel campaign. We basically ended up in prison, our very first session. Accidentally even. We didn't even do anything. We just got accused.
Let's not get exiled from a city.
And
We're already
so,
exiled from Erebor.
We basically did the sick prison routine.
I think it's safe to say that for how long we're in prison for, it's probably wisest we just stay there for the night.
Okay.
Well, only two of us are exiled from Erebor.
Yes, that is true.
That is true. I'll be right back. Oh god.
Oh man.
Currently, it's 101 Adventurer's Guide: How to get banned from every civilized place on Earth. I like Old Man Jack. He's fine.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
I'm entertained.
I probably should have changed the music to something fits more. This is a little too tranquil for the events which just transpired. So this one's tagged as untrustworthy, so I'm going to go with that. A little louder than that. Oh well, that's a little more excitement than I'm looking for, I'm afraid. Switch it over. Just gonna try some of these. I was writing all day, so I didn't do the music, which I said I was gonna do. While you're in prison, I will play some crypt music. There we go. While you think about what you've done.
Alex, I have eidetic memory. Was there anything in that room that was suspicious? I can remember the room perfectly.
You can remember the room perfectly.
Did the bed seem like it had been not slept in for many days?
Because you're doing this by memory, I'm gonna say
as such, I have as much time as I need to examine it. I've got plenty of time ahead of me.
You do, but it's like what you're able to see. So I'm gonna say, make an investigation check. The fact is, you can make an investigation check regardless of the fact you're not even in the room.
Can I just keep on making checks to try and memorise?
No, this is basically what you saw before you basically got kind of grabbed. And from what you saw, you're kind of looking around. Everything seemed reasonably standard to you before the kind of commotion all began.
Can I cast detect thoughts on Markus to read his thoughts and get access to his memories?
You are still.
And then use that.
You are still cuffed. So, if it has a somatic or material component, I'm afraid not. And also, he's through a wall.
I don't have to be able to see them, I don't think. Actually, no, I think I've got to touch them. Ignore me.
Right. And also, it has.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's no, I can see within 30 feet. Yeah. Never mind. I think that's mine and Harun's part done for a short while.
Yep. You did get some good.
Fight the necromancer, Alex.
You did get some good. You did get some very good and valuable information. You know, you would have been fine if you just hadn't cast knock.
But I can't open doors unless I wanted to break it down physically.
True, but you could have got Samwell. He can pick locks, can't he?
Yeah, but I don't know Samwell is.
We don't know where he is. That's the problem.
But there is always the option to go find him.
Yeah, but that would have involved such searching.
As opposed to get.
I don't even know what pub they're staying at.
True, actually you don't. But you could have asked Markus, who was with you.
He's just this strange peasant tag-along for all I know.
I don't know. I don't know where they are either. They could be anywhere.
As far as I'm aware, he carries gear. No one's actually informed me of his purpose yet.
Yeah, no one knows I cast magic. It's not Jack.
That is very true.
Told me, and the only recommendation I have is Nala's over the top, highly celebratory of I don't know why we keep him around.
Which isn't even true because I do things to help,
So let's look at my point of view. My rather curmudgeonly and grumpy wizard sees this person who I don't know why he's here. I don't know what he does, and as far as I'm concerned, he's a glorified chauffeur. Turns up yelling about him being my granddad. I think he's mentally disturbed.
It was a good lie. It would work.
Oh, it's fantastic. Except for you're half-elf. And look nothing like me.
That's why I said granddad. Alright, that way we have a
point.
We have a generational gap, okay? We have a
He's your adoptive grandfather.
I don't. That's it. Yeah, it's not like I look at my granddad and go, "That's strange. You're a different skin color than me. You're a different hair color than me."
Except Markus isn't brown.
All right, is everyone back then?
Oh damn it!
Yeah.
If you need a few more minutes, just say.
I suppose we should let everybody else do their thing. I refuse to do anything but sit in prison at this point, for the sake of just expediency.
Hey Alex, I'm gonna try to get out of my shackles. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. How are you going to try and do that?
I'm gonna like maneuver
By the way,
over my legs.
they took everything you were obviously wearing off of you.
Okay.
Excluding, of course, your actual clothes. And they kind of patted you. They patted you down and took the obvious items off of you.
Okay, so they took my dagger, my gold, my my quarterstaff, my pack, but I still have my ring and my charm, so that's good.
Yep.
All right. Okay, and they took all my stuff. All right, I'm just gonna try and maneuver my hands underneath my legs so I can have my hands in front of me.
Okay, can you make me an acrobatics check then? Because you basically have to dislocate your arms to do this.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, so your hands are tied like this. Depends on your build physically, but I'd still say make an acrobatics check because it's quite difficult.
Okay. Yeah, because Markus isn't like super bulky. He's like
Still,
scrawny.
these cuffs are about from there to there. So as well as the fact that keep your arms like really strapped together behind your back, and it's super uncomfortable as well. And as you try, you kind of get there, and you really nearly do it. But the kind of whole busy day, you eventually kind of just fall asleep until you eventually wake up in the morning.
Oh my god! And 19. And I
yep, it was like you missed the DC. I'm afraid it's a difficult check.
Damn. Must be impossible. Okay, in that case, can I just like sort of break?
Just imagine this. These are handcuffs intended for wizards.
Okay.
they take extra levels of security when it comes to that.
Can I try and like scrunch my hand and let's try and slip it through? Right out.
Incredibly unlikely.
Can I try at least?
Yeah, why not? Once again, that would be I would say sleight of hand for that.
Sleight of hand.
You try, but no. You try, but no. They are tight.
Damn.
Your hands feel a little tingly from the tightness, even.
I'm just gonna like bang my head against the wall.
Who are we waiting for? We've got everyone, don't we? Alright, okay, so, morning comes round, so Samwell, Riktor and Nala. Nala, during your night, are you going to stay up for the entire night? Is Nala going to stay up the entire night?
Yep.
Okay, so you gain a level of exhaustion, but during your night you kind of keep watch. And no one seems to come
Basically, as soon as like it starts daylight, I'm gonna untie him and unblindfold him and get out.
Yeah. You in the morning you kind of tie him up, find a sack, empty the potatoes out of it, put him in it, and kind of take him off with you.
That's not what I said.
What did you say? I thought you said you'd untie. I thought you said you'd tie him up and take him with you. I don't know how I heard that. So yeah, you untie him and leave him in the morning, heading back, presumably to the Fellows' Respite, where
I need this snack for later.
Where Samwell and Riktor presumably have gone down for breakfast in the morning, where you are served up some bread and soup and 2 slices of meat.
Soup, I ordered eggs. Who the hell's in charge around here?
As you say that,
I'll have it.
One of the barmaids comes over and just like, we'll get that to you in 1 second. They kind of take the bowl of soup and the bread. No, they leave the bread actually.
Leave it here. I'll eat that too. Damn.
Well,
eggs. What are you looking at? Go get eggs.
She kind of looks and just goes, okay, and several, yeah. So yeah, you arrive to see the maid being confused, but just doing what she's. Oh, sorry.
Speaking of miscommunication, Riktor, why did we go there yesterday? What was our aim? Okay.
I guess they wanted to
Not
make
there
sure.
to look out and make sure nothing unusual happens.
It was certainly a dead end, but
The judges
hope
having
one of
a
the other
party, they get together. Yeah, they were reminiscing about old times, I suppose. Did you find anything over at Fat Boy's house?
No, nothing transpired.
Where's Markus?
But he's.
You leave him
you
down
look
there?
exhausted.
Yes, I am. Markus went to do. He went to find you guys. Did he not find you guys?
No.
No.
I also told Nala I went to chase down a lead involving Mr. Gawless Lynn.
You know, every time that we tell Markus to come find us, he just blows me off. I don't know what his problem is with me. Do I smell?
What of the
I think he went off
the
investigating
new member,
something.
Jack?
Jack.
Wrinkles, as I like to call him.
Him.
Does Jack
Wait.
even know where we are?
Where did he go?
Where'd he go?
He went to the library. Not the library, the Mages Guild.
Mages Guild. Hmm. So no one's watching Fat Boy right now?
It's a day, he won't be attacked during the day. Like, that's not what they've been doing so far.
Well, tonight's the night, right? For another murder?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably stake him out tonight. And Dalen should be getting invitations for the judge's party, right? We should send Dalen to the party.
Wasn't it last night, which is why you told him to throw the party then?
Yeah, last night was the
Yeah.
night that was meant to be the murders.
Huh.
That was
No.
my.
Was it? I thought it was tomorrow.
That was a mistake. No, it was supposed to be the night after last.
Yeah. It's supposed to be this night that the murders
Okay.
happens. Because it's only been a day since the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he threw the party on the wrong day. He's old and senile. Mistakes happen.
You can throw another one.
Son of a bitch. Son of.
Okay. Yeah, Samwell, I wonder if that son of a bitch, that old, crazy coot, threw the damn party last night instead of tonight. And maybe that's why he had so many people there.
That must be why. Maybe he's trying to throw us off.
I wonder if that butler is like trying to sabotage him or something. Maybe his butler should have wrote down the right date. Damn butler. Where are my eggs?
As you shout that, the woman kind of comes in and kind of plates your eggs over to you.
Thank you. Scott.
Why are you so mean to the waiting staff? Like, what have they ever done?
Not bring me my damn eggs in a timely fashion, alright? Don't worry about them, Noah. I'm a good tip.
No, like,
Like,
you know-
people
Well, I
make
say,
mistakes
Betty's not
all
gonna
the
be
time.
tip.
It's, like, perfectly acceptable.
You know how he is about eggs. Nothing else, just eggs.
I don't have my
We should
breakfast,
go
I'm
to the-
cranky. I had, we almost got in trouble with the guards last night now, because you. I don't want to hear it. You. Jeez.
Riktor, eat the eggs.
Alright.
We should go to the Mages Guild and find this old man Jack.
Yes.
Alright.
I'm sure he's
Wait.
still there.
When's the last time anyone saw Caffrey?
Oh, he's watching the boat at the docks, I believe.
She's been down there for like 2 days watching.
I love how nobody's noticed. I've been there for 2 days.
You're
No, technically, I went to check in with Caffrey the night when Riktor was getting everyone drunk at the bar. I went to check in with him that evening.
And I was
That's
still
yesterday.
there.
No, but it was the
Yeah.
night that the guard got killed. You checked him.
No,
He checked last night as well.
the night after the guard got killed is when I got Caffrey, and then
Well,
when
you
everyone
can't-
was getting drunk is when he went to check in with him.
No, shouldn't you be
Okay.
more worried about your prisoner than the way I'm treating the wait staff? Don't you think? You seem to have your priorities out of whack.
I find it
know where
hard to
he
believe.
is.
that
Like, it's not
Caffrey is
gonna
still
be
at the
a
docks.
big problem.
You know where he is, huh? How do you know? You just know? Yeah. You
I get
got
out
dragon,
the-
dragon sense?
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
So Nala draws out this compass, which appears to have
What is that?
several. Well, it seems to have a small inscription running around the outside of it.
What's it written
Um, it appears to be. It appears to be kind of arcane sigils, also written in Elvish and
I read-
Common. It essentially is just a short incantation, which seems to refer to. It seems to refer to someone's location. Really, it just appears to be a simple divining inscription.
What's the needle doing? Is it like going haywire, or is it like...
You can look that the needle is pointing, but not north.
Your compass is a piece of shit now. This thing don't point north. North is that way.
It's definitely broken.
It doesn't point north because it points to Caffrey.
Oh, it points to Caffrey. Oh, so you do know where he is. Where's
Yes.
where's the range indicator on this thing?
Walk 10 miles that way and you can tell.
Oh, you got jokes, huh? You got jokes.
Can you change who the incantation is based on?
I don't know, I don't do the incantation.
Come on, Samwell. This thing don't think. Are you crazy?
I think the Mages Guild may be able to help.
All right. Well, let's go over to the Mages Guild.
All right, so
I'll leave like 2 gold pieces on the table. There, are you happy, Nala? How much did you
I put
need?
1 down.
Oh, see, me and Samwell are generous to the waitstaff. Oh, but you protect their feelings, don't you?
Money
Right,
isn't
yeah.
everything.
I'll tell
And
you,
I put
it is to a woman
down
like that.
gold.
Much better.
how much gold
So
was
it is
that?
to
What'd you say?
How much gold?
1 gold.
1 gold. Okay.
So we left her 4 gold.
Which is
That's a
enough
lot
for
of
like,
money.
what, a year? Or 2 years
Well,
of
I
food?
mean, how are we doing this? How many chickens is that, Alex?
Remember,
That's a lot of chickens.
I have rescaled it. It is now the case that a
Oh.
chicken costs 1 gold piece as opposed to 2 copper.
Live chicken.
So a horse is 75 chickens. Good to know.
Yes, it is. And
I intend to revert to a barter system, Alex.
the price of livestock has been dramatically altered because I don't want you buying 100 chickens, no, 50 chickens with 1 gold piece.
Retiring. Retiring. Retired to a farm.
Anyway.
How much
Before we
eggs?
leave, Riktor yells out, "Barmaid! Barmaid, get out here! I wouldn't leave this laying around on the table."
She kind of rushes out and sees it and she goes, oh, thank you. And she takes it and smiles and kind of...
Hey, eggs on the double next time, eh?
4
She,
chickens.
she nods enthusiastically. She heads back. Okay, so you 4 head off to the Mages Guild, and you get there in the morning, and the kind of you see the kind of
3
desk.
actually.
3?
There's 3 of them.
Oh yes, 3 even. Yes, Dalen's not here, is he?
Including Alex.
I had that with my mind.
The GM is not a character. He's ever present.
So you turn up into this kind of entrance hall with all these doors over, and you see it's actually quite busy with people walking in and out all the time. And behind the desk, kind of serving the people who occasionally come in to him, is this young man in his early 20s. He doesn't appear to have had a good night's sleep, from what you can gather. And he appears to, when he's not talking to someone, be taking up some polish and working on part of the desk.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a jack.
He kind of looks up and goes, a jack?
I look back at the others.
He's
What was his
quite
name?
old, has a stick.
Old man.
Old man has...
Jack?
Yeah.
That describes a lot of people here. Can you be more specific?
You got a library?
He wears a pointy hat. He's very irritable. He has a staff.
He would have
I found
arrived
him quite
last
animal.
night.
You kind of see his face kind of drop for a second. He goes, "Oh, yes, I think I encountered this man you're looking for. He was taken away by the guild guards. I think they took him to the prison up at the castle."
What the hell did he do?
From the shouting, he was casting spells and trespassing or something. He was not a very pleasant old man. I don't know if you're friends with him, but he was rather cruel to me too. But I don't think they're charging him for
Not
that.
friends.
They're bloody better. I deserved it.
So he's in prison right now.
I would guess.
My dad's watching this stream and he's just logged on to. He's in prison right now.
Right. Well, I apologise, I suppose, and I just leave.
What are
Hey, Dad.
Thank you for your time. I leave.
Hey, Papa Frings.
Yeah, you guys head out. Presumably, Riktor, you're going to leave with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay there.
Before they get there, do the gods
I'm
come
faster.
talk to Jack and me?
In the morning, some guards come out to grab you. They look at you and just like, "All right, here are the charges against you: trespass, use of magic on unauthorized magic on property, impersonation." They just like, "All right, so."
Impersonation?
I look around. Well, when I told you I was an apprentice, technically I was still in transit.
Anyway,
I see the paperwork hadn't gone through yet. Any other charges, Mr. God?
no, that's it. If you have the money, there's 40 gold pieces, and the guild sends this letter to you, and it reads, and he goes on to read it, basically saying that you're not allowed on guild property.
Is that just for Jack or is it for me as well?
It's for both of you.
Oh gosh.
And that if you want to make reparations to the guild, it will cost you 200 gold pieces to revoke this, or to regain that right.
Yeah, okay. I'll pay it. I'm sure you have my belongings among your in your chest, your jail chest.
Yes. Are you going to pay the fine? Otherwise, you've got a few more days in here.
I'll pay the fine for both of us.
Anyway. You go and grab the gold and pay them, and they kind of hand you back all your stuff and just like, well, don't come back in here again, otherwise it'll be a lot worse.
Oh no, please, I'm taking this old man home and I'm put my arm around Jack and I'm gonna forcibly walk him out of the building once we've got all our stuff.
As I walk away, I just go, you can be my grandson whenever you want with that kind of money.
Please, Jack, they can never know that I went back to prison. Promise you won't tell them.
As we walk out, do we see the rest of them waiting for us outside?
As you walk out, you're kind of walking out of the castle, and you see the other group walking towards you, and you can see them kind of just walking out of the rampart of the castle.
We're just discussing
I wave over.
the inflation in the chicken markets.
I wave over.
It's like, Jack, play along with me. Play along. It's like, hey guys, so
Y'all get arrested?
I went to go bail Jack out of prison. Unfortunately, he was casting spells in the middle of the Mages Guild.
I heard about this, Jack.
Jack, are you off your meds?
What's wrong?
It's fine. I hear he found some really good information. Maybe we should continue with our investigation.
We don't want someone just gonna cause a ruckus all the time. If that's what he's gonna do.
It was the only way to find out the information we needed.
I'm sure it was. What did
So
you
it was
find
part
out?
of you're saying it was part of the investigation.
Oh yeah, I found out the room where the little
Why'd you
kid
get
was staying.
arrested? Why'd you get arrested?
Because the kid wasn't there and I tried to enter the room.
Well, why didn't you just tell Giles that you were working on the investigation?
Hold on.
you may have seen, mages aren't treated with the utmost respect, it seems. So we were taking it straight to ourselves.
Hold on.
And
Whose room?
Wait, what do you mean we? I thought you just said that. I thought you just said that Markus bailed you out.
A man by the name of Callian Corvus. It was his room that Jack was.
Who is he?
He is the half-elf child that Jack saw in when he detected that man's thoughts.
He's a mage.
A powerful one at that.
He's the chief ingredient gatherer for the alchemists to that place, and
there you go.
For
Chief
reagents.
ingredient gatherer.
He's not in at the moment.
Right now. How would you know?
Because I broke into his room. Hence, I put back at the prison.
Wait, why
That's
did
well
you
made.
out
Not been
Gallius,
selected in a few days.
Gallius line? Is that what you said,
What?
Gallius line?
No, Callian Corvus.
Callian Corvus. Why do we care about
It's
Callian?
It's a pseudonym for the kid. He was. I checked the records. There was a half elf, 13 years old, 8 years ago, turned up and was accepted into the Mages Guild. The only one who even matched the description of an apprentice.
I'm not even sure why we
And-
care about the kid. Man, I am confused.
You
Because I'm
believe
pretty
that
sure
is-
the kid
I'm
is the
doing the
murderer.
crimes.
Yeah,
I believe he is
we're
the
almost,
deafiest child.
we're almost certain he's the murderer. Riktor.
He's the murderer.
Yes, he's the one taking people.
How do you know that?
Educated
Ooh.
guess.
Things point to him.
All things point to him. What things?
Okay, I'm going to explain it to our simple friend over here.
Wait,
Now,
the
listen
crazy
closely.
the crazy old man peered into someone's mind. Now this kid's the murderer? What the hell?
So, we're going to lay out
He's
the
the
basics
son
of this.
of
Please,
The
Jack,
son
by
of-
all means.
The son of House Defius is the kid that was dropped off at the Mages Guild. He's the last surviving remnant of the family line. At the same time, the bodies of the Archmage, the Arch-Arcanist, and 2 Defius family members were stolen from their graves. I have gone to the Mages Guild to find the last line of Defius to find out that he's under an assumed name, Corvus. He is now the right age to be practicing this kind of magic, obviously wanting revenge. The right people are dying off to warrant that it's still probably him. And he still has old friends and family who seem to be lingering around, who may be helping him.
Sounds pretty circumstantial to me.
It's
I shrug. It's entirely
best lead we
circumstantial.
have.
I'm reading
It's
someone's
pretty
dreams.
It's the best we have.
It is the
Yeah.
best.
Alright, well, so what's the plan?
Is there just one entrance into the Mages Guild?
There's one big
I
main
see a window.
entrance. Yeah, there
Where
are
is it?
No, I see a window.
there were windows and rooms, yes.
Did I
But
see the window in the kids' room?
he's no longer a kid now. But yes, there was
Yeah,
a window in his
indeed.
room.
Look around. There's a
where's-
window in the guy's room.
A window? What the hell are we going to use a window for?
I look at
We
Samwell.
We should watch. We should watch the room and the window. We should see him leave and follow him if we can.
Samuel, you're certainly a very quiet individual. How about you go search his room as stealthily as possible?
Why don't
could
we
do
just
that.
go get an order from Giles to search his room?
Because it's the Mages Guild. Giles doesn't really have authority over them. He has authority over the guards. We'd have to go talk to the current Archmage, whose name
It's
is
his damn
actually,
city. What?
The current Archmage. I have his name somewhere.
I'm pretty sure if Giles says we need to search that room, we're going to be able to go up there and search that room like that.
Alex, is that the case, or do mages operate under their own authority?
Who here has actually spent a long time in Korensteg?
Nope.
I've spent a bit of
6
time in
months.
Constantine.
Me, Samwell, and Dalen probably have the most. Maybe Noah
Yeah.
too.
Hey,
And I've had
A few
dealings with the guard probably.
well, you know that technically they could make them, if the Mages Guild didn't want them to, they could make it incredibly difficult and creating incredibly long time if they chose to. So technically they are allowed to, but the Mages Guild can make it really hard for them.
Well, we're going to need more evidence before Giles lets us in there. Like I said, this is like some circumstantial.
Yeah. As of now, we just have hearsay. So we
What,
should
more
actually.
stakeouts?
No, we should go to. I'm sure Korensteg has records on people. We can go look up Callian Corvus, see if he has any other residences under his name in the city.
Why don't we just stake out the Mages Guild and wait for him to leave?
Use
Well,
that
it's
guy's
not
Mages
that.
Guild. I'll go check out the records.
I'll go with Jack.
You know, last time that you idiots went off without us, all right, you ended up in prison. I don't buy your story at all, Marcus. I heard Jack's little slip of the tongue here, so.
Similar time, I told the truth. We got caught trying to break into the guy's room.
Yeah. See. So you were.
Well, I'm going to recap that. I was trying to break into the room. Marcus happened to be there.
Oh.
You hear that, Nala?
I tried.
Yes.
See, Nala, you're too damn worried about how I treat the waitstaff, and there's criminals running amok under your watch.
I really tried to stop him. I'll be honest. I really did
You have
try.
such a history of honesty, Marcus.
I do have a history of honesty. More honesty and more honorable than you, Riktor. But
Jack, another night in jail.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't Samwell. Have you got my tea, by the way?
I do. And I give him that super expensive tea.
Thank you.
You see,
I
Jack, I
think
told you,
it's- I
you
think
get
it's-
associated with this one, and you just end up in jail. See what happens, Jack?
Yes, he certainly does have a rather criminal nature to him, I must admit.
Trouble is just attracted to him. I don't understand it. And you
There's
didn't
like
come find us.
There's like a giant red mark on Marcus's forehead where he's like hitting his head and repeatedly on his head. Just like.
There you go. By the way, why do you pay your servant so much money? He's loaded!
Concordia, what have I done to deserve these
He's
people?
not-
Concordia.
The servant is a part of the group.
So he's not a servant. According to your words, he doesn't do anything. Oh, I suddenly seem to, like in the dawn of recognition, he's like, I know why he's here. I hit him on the head. Stress relief.
Ow! Damn it! Jack, records now!
No, we need to stay together. Let's look. Tonight's the night. All right.
Tonight
Well,
is
it's early
tonight.
morning. Early morning.
We'll
it's still
help
early
you with the
morning
records.
afternoon. So
Well,
Let's spend the
we got
day.
breakfast first.
Let's stay together. All right, we'll all go
Spend
there.
the day at the records and then
It'll go fast.
stake out.
Alright, when we go to the records, Alex, I start orchestrating everybody into the scholarly, most efficient pattern of searching.
Yep. You go up to
I will
Guile.
be the heavy lifter.
I'll just like be the Santropans. Someone who helps.
I brew tea for everybody.
Yeah, you go to the records which you have access to and start leafing through them. It take actually because Jack is the fastest person, you're assisting him. So can you make an investigation check with advantage just so I can see how long it takes you? Okay, so within about 30 minutes, Jack retrieves the most recent what's the word, I can't remember the name of the document.
Record. Document.
Pumpernickel.
Anyway,
Record?
not record, the population records.
Potato.
Anyway,
Metatarsal.
Feed.
he retrieves the
Ticket.
records. He retrieves the record, and it has the lists of a large number of people living within the city, and he finds the one which refers to a Callan Corvus and owned property. And owned property it has none, but under known location, it says the Mages Guild. And the detail on him seems relatively sparse.
Who found it?
And it has its estimated tax which he's supposed to be paying, which is actually close to the minimum amount you're supposed to pay. From what the people who are from Concordia know, tax is largely based off of the amount of property and the amount of property you own and little else. And because he technically owns no property, it appears as though his taxes are very, very low.
You found the record?
Grab. Yeah. He doesn't seem to live anywhere but the Mages Guild.
Oh,
He's also broke.
shocker. So that's our plan, right? We're staking out the Mages Guild.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Well,
we'll follow him.
That's assuming he's there. He could be elsewhere. Because if he takes the boat, because he wasn't there last night, but if he takes the boat to say where he's doing this necromantic ritual, then he might be staying there and then coming back for new bodies.
Speaking of which, I think Caffrey is still at the docks, so we should we should. Did you guys check in with him?
We haven't checked in yet, but we can do that now.
You're the one who knows where he is, Marcus.
I told Nala where he was.
We haven't looked.
Okay. We should make that a priority as well.
Hey,
So
Will he be there
what
now?
else can we do then besides take out the Mages Guild?
I have some
Well-
reading to do.
That sounds
And I
good.
have this bag of teeth containing, let's see, 47 humanoid teeth. One of them is extremely rotten, and I have no idea what it means. Does
That
anyone
is-
know?
Look at him.
Samuel, that is disgusting.
Alex, Arcana check. Is it a ritual component, or spell component?
second, can you remind me where you got that bag of teeth?
That was my trinket that I rolled for.
Okay. I have not discussed that with him. So,
Are they the teeth of the previous victims? What the fuck are you doing with the teeth? More importantly, like, why have you decided that they're worth keeping?
Let's discuss this later.
let's discuss this
Definitely my
later.
deepest comment.
It's
Samuel, the Tooth Fairy.
Samuel, you get more interesting every day, I swear.
You too, Rick.
let's just
I
move.
think our best course of action at this point is to wait until he strikes again. We know he's going to take the boat because that's what he does. So we need to both stake out the possible attackers, the possible victims, and then
The judge's
Also
house.
stake out the boat. and
His home. And
We can't split up
Man.
too much. If we split
Yeah.
up too much, this crazy powerful wizard is gonna send us to hell.
Mm.
We can't split up too much. We got to be careful here.
Agreed.
Who's the target? It's got to be the fat boy, right?
probably yes.
Or the judge.
or the
The
judge.
judge or
We could also
judge or-
stay at the boat and hope he's at where the docks are. Hope he comes by there.
Well, presumably
know
he only
he's
goes there
definitely-
with the bodies.
Yeah, that that means
It would be
he's
too
already
late.
got a victim. Yeah.
We should definitely try and stop him from killing another person.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, do
I
you
agree.
remember, Marcus, what time that the bodies were showing up at the boathouse?
Around, let's see, Caffrey. He said it was between 12 and 2 a.m.
So we should stake out Fat Boy till midnight, I guess, and then run down there if nothing's happened. Or we stake out the Mages Guild and hope he comes out of there. I don't know.
He always
We could
takes his
stake
victims
out-
quite late.
Mages Guild until it's dark, say, and then we can to see if the boy turns up, and then we can stake out Fat Boy's house, and then we can go to the boat if he does not appear there.
Alright.
Okay,
Then we got a better idea?
that sounds fine to me.
Nope.
Alright.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Let's do it.
so more concisely, who's doing what and where?
To the Mages Guild.
Wait,
Hurrah.
All going to the
Doing
Mages
that,
Guild.
aren't we?
Okay,
yeah,
you're,
we'll think
you're,
we're sticking together.
you're going to the Mages Guild. Okay, so you all head off to the Mages Guild and you get there. Although, upon getting nearby, several of
we look very natural and not at all like we're looking for someone.
Yeah, we're not approaching the Mages Guild. We're kind of
Milling.
like
Oh, okay, right.
Wait,
Fair enough.
Oh, wait.
outside. Stake
Can
out,
I-
man. Stake out.
Can I actually let him go to
Somehow-
the Mages Guild? I'm gonna go check on Caffrey first. You know.
Can you
and then
actually
run-
what, sorry?
run to the guild. Can I? As they go to the Mages Guild and I know where they're going, I'm gonna go check on Caffrey at the docks.
Okay, yeah, you can go do that.
Are we really gonna let this jackass leave again?
I'll be back.
Every
Just wait.
time you say that, but every
I'll be-
time you
I'll
don't
be
come
fif-
back.
I'll be 15
End up in
minutes
Jail.
if
People
you
end
stop.
up pushing off the walls.
If you stopped moving, I
If
would
you
come
want to
find
go
you.
with him, then you can.
No, that's the last thing I wanted.
Right, Riktor. I'm
Then
just
start
loving
up.
your company so far. I'd love for you to come with me.
Richter,
All right, we're gonna be
Let's just
here.
go.
Mark. Just come back.
That means stay
after
here.
we're done. Come back here.
I will.
okay, and I put my hood up and I blend into a corner across the road from the Mages Guild.
Okay,
Samuel, why don't you go look into the window?
I reappear from my invisible corner.
Just so you remember, it was on the second story his room was, just to remind you.
I would not feel comfortable in doing that during daylight hours.
Stand
Terrible idea, Nala.
I thought it was on the ground floor, okay? And
This is
you
your first
just, like,
stakeout?
On the third story,
Second.
or the second?
Second.
Okay. You're doing... Yeah, okay. Okay.
We'll just watch the front door, alright? If he comes in, we'll see him. We're gonna
Okay.
go
we
scaling
know what it
cliffs.
looks like.
Can everyone make stealth checks
Shit.
and perception checks?
What does he look like?
3-person ladder.
There you go. Just do that.
Alright,
Not very
stealth.
good at sneaking. Not so good at the whole seeing.
Oh god. My luck's about to run out.
I don't know what he looks like.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Can
use
anyone
luck.
get a description on this son of a bitch? I guess he looks young, right?
Planning does not appear to be your strong
Bloody
point. Okay. So you guys all kind of wait there for about 5 hours. You wait there for about another 5 hours and you don't see him. Do you want to keep waiting? You're not entirely Oh yeah, Nala also
sorry.
perception.
I don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure
it
what you're
dark?
looking for, other than the fact that it's a young half elf.
Nope.
Nala, no. No other chance. No, it's not dark. It's
This is a brilliant FBI show.
it's currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, look at these ladybugs on the floor. Look at
Like,
this.
those of us who can stealth can't see, those of us who can see can't stealth, and then there's Nala. She's shit at both.
She has other uses. Leave her alone.
Alright, so Markus went to see Caffrey. What did he go do?
Yeah.
While the others were just kind of gormlessly standing in the street trying to look natural.
First,
I have an idea.
I went to go check if Caffrey was even there.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
Um
Is Caffrey present?
so Caffrey was there, I guess if he wasn't planning on leaving the city, then yeah, he probably is.
I see Marcus coming up and I'm like crouched leaning back against the wall, just like doff my hat to him. Marcus?
I'm gonna lean down to him. Are you alright?
Yeah, bored.
Yeah, I brought you some rations. I'm gonna give him a day's worth of rations and some water.
I look at it. You do know there's a pub over there that I've been eating at.
Yeah, but I still care about your health, I guess. Have you seen anything?
Have I seen anything, Alex?
If you've been staying in the pub and not investigating, no.
No, I've been only going to the pub to eat.
Pun?
I only go to the pub to eat.
Well, for the last day, was Caffrey doing anything?
No, he's been watching, as I said, I've been waiting here for the boat.
Oh, over that time, then no.
2 days?
Yep.
Okay. I just shrug and go, no, I'm going to keep watch there.
Okay.
I like it here.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
There's no priest.
Yeah, I agree. I'll tell you one thing. This new person we have in our party, an old man named Jack. He's a doddering old fool, but he's kind of brilliant, I guess. So if you'd give that word to him.
I sure can go. You can call him brilliant. Only I'm brilliant, really.
Yeah. You take care. You get some rest as well if you can.
I will. By the
Pat on
way,
the shoulder.
tell Nala to come my way when she's ready to actually exonerate me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You know, it's not like it's my life or anything.
Okay, cool. So the rest, so you kind of go, Marcus, seeing as that actually doesn't take you too long, you can make me a stealth and a perception roll as well.
So I finally catch up with them back at the
Yep.
Mages Guild, and let's see, have a look here. Okay, not very good at stealth.
Okay,
Not very good at perception.
yeah, like I said, you wait there for 5 hours, it gets to about 3 o'clock and you haven't seen him. You're not entirely sure, other than it's a young male half-elf, of the of what he looks like anyway, so this is probably why you haven't been having the greatest of luck.
You know,
I got an idea. All right, let's send Dalen in to talk to somebody up front to get a description of this guy. We can say he's got a delivery or something.
Why Dalen, not me?
Because you were just in there, they know you.
No, I was outside.
Didn't you come in with us to talk?
Yeah, I came with you.
Jesus, Nala. You know, you want people scaling buildings, you forget where you've been.
Nala does have an intelligence of 8.
Poor Nala. Okay.
I assumed as much.
But the what's the sun? Where's the sun?
The
in the sky.
Well, it's 3 o'clock, so at about the 3 o'clock position.
Yeah, Jack, what time is it?
Winter 3 o'clock.
Alex, what time is it? I want the exact time, please.
Jack,
The time
what
is
time do you make it?
3:21 and
I don't know, it's
47 seconds.
3:21, 50 seconds.
59 minutes.
What the hell's the matter with you?
God, I don't know
Look,
if you're an idiot or
I
you're...
stared at trees for 30 years. I learned how to tell the time.
How does that make you tell the time?
It's not the most useless skill.
Try
Yeah,
staring at trees for 30 years, Nala. You'll understand.
Don't
It's
tell her to
because-
do that, Jack. She'll do it.
I think it's because he is so bored, he just
I
lets
don't
it
just
count.
obey everything that everyone says. Like, I may not be that smart, but I'm not like that
With
stupid.
an 8, you really should be though. But yeah, once it gets dark, I'm going to scale up to where Jack points the window.
All right, so
Oh wait,
To be.
no wait.
Before you leave-
Can I levitate Samwell up towards the second floor window to look up?
you can. I'm just saying. So it's 3:20. You've got about another 5 hours before. Well, more like 4 to 5 hours before it gets dark. So if there's anything you want to do other than stake out, say so now.
I don't think there's anything else we can do.
I'm going to just read for 3 hours.
Okay.
You know what? Here's what I'm thinking, guys. How we're gonna go over there when it's dark, right? To Fat Boy. How are we gonna know where he is?
I'm almost entirely certain that's not his name.
I don't care, Samwell.
Touche.
We know where his house is.
He only spends his time at the Dugging Dog, and we know where he lives. You really think it'll be
Yeah.
that hard to find him, Riktor?
I'm just concerned. I mean, I don't want to be running over there last minute trying to find him, and then boom, his head got chopped off.
Marlon. His name is Marlon.
His
Thank
name
you.
is Robert Paulson.
And he never gets any work. But it's still
Yeah, he
rather well
spends
off.
all his day in the pub and then goes home at night drunk.
All right,
With his non-existent income.
all right.
Nevertheless.
I guess we'll just sit here and look for somebody we don't know.
Yes.
Alex, I mean, I
What's
know
the title?
roughly what he'd look like.
Oh yeah, you'd know roughly what it looked like as a kid, and what you remember was that he had light brown hair, and that's about
Sounds
it.
Riktor. He's got brown hair.
But you don't know how tall he would be or anything else.
Brown hair. Well, thanks, Jack. That really just
He's a half
clears
elf
it
with
right
brown hair. That should narrow it down. There aren't many half breeds like that.
To be fair, in this city,
Can
that
you
is
stop calling
somewhat
us
true.
half-breeds? Half-breeds
That's
do
right.
have feelings.
I can call you. I kind of look hybrids.
I mean, Marcus, what are you if you're not a half-breed?
Or half elves, which is what they are.
Thank you,
It's
Nala.
derogatory to elves, tainted with
even-
human blood.
Even her, she knows, the courtesy of manners.
Fine, fine,
hybrid.
fine.
I don't.
So,
you call me half-breed,
mongrels.
Jack. I don't care. You better not call me mongrel, you son of a bitch. You can call me half-breed, though. That's all right.
Mutt.
It's fine, it's fine. You're useful, Riktor. You're a half-breed. Marcus is a mongrel.
Marcus.
And Jack,
You can levitate.
Doddering old
Marcus the
man.
mongrel.
Yes.
You know, I
Yes.
like the sound of that, Jack. Marcus the mongrel.
I'm
That's
just giving
good.
them both fingers at the moment. If that's a thing in this world. Yes, Samuel, you needed me to levitate you.
Yes. And I position myself slightly
Hold on a
to the
second.
left of the
hold on.
window.
Don't you remember when he levitated that goat? I don't know if this is such a good idea.
Remember when I levitated and saved Dalen and Nala's life? Shut up, Riktor, and let me work. All right.
One of the worst levitating I've ever seen.
But that was that time you tortured a goat.
And tortured Bambi's mom to death. Yes, that is something I did. All right, I'm gonna cast levitation.
While he's casting levitate, Alex, can I cast detect magic on the window?
Yes, and I'm gonna say because are you gonna try and do this stealthily or not? Because
Yes.
the side of the
casting
major
stealthily,
the side of the major skill does actually back onto it is like along a street.
Yeah, I'll try and cast it
Yeah.
stealthily.
I'm casting stealthily too.
All right, so everyone there, make stealth checks for me.
What's the equivalent of high visibility jackets in this world?
I don't know, probably getting something which is bioluminescent or a mirror.
I cast light on Sam.
Will it make it look like builders or something, or maintenance workers?
No, builders in this world do not use fluorescent or reflective.
Yeah, that's what I
clothing.
meant. I meant just if you're wearing a high vis jacket, you can do anything you want in any place.
You have to go in with a clipboard, like a construction hat,
Yeah.
and an orange security vest.
All right,
What is the
so
equivalent of that?
you cast detect magic on while you're waiting on the window before you send Samwell up, and you detect that it definitely has a spell cast on, and I just need to check. Can you cast the detect magic for me so I can?
Flum.
I learned a school of magic.
Yep. I'm just trying to think what the School of Magic probably is.
Wait, is it the alarm spell?
Yes.
Enchantment.
This enchantment that you detect an enchantment across the entirety of the window.
Okay.
Could I guess that this is the alarm spell, being a very common wizard spell?
Yes, you probably could.
Also, I may or may not have activated it twice. I'd probably be aware of its existence. I kind of, I cast message towards Samwell just to avoid any form of,
Contact.
anyone hearing me. And I just sent a message. Care, the window is warded. Simple spell, but I don't know if you can deal with such things.
I nod.
And then I'm gonna levitate him all the way up.
Alright, so you levitate him up as you wait for passers-by to leave, and you kind of levitate up to the level of the window, and the curtains have been left very slightly ajar, and you make an effort not to touch the window. It appears as though it can open, though not enough for you to squeeze for, you would guess, but without touching it. You can't be sure.
Alex, is it 10 feet up?
No, it's like first floor is about 50. Yeah, it's about 20 foot up this window.
Okay.
There's quite a high ceiling on the first floor.
I just want to peek in
Yeah, you peek
without
in. You
touching
see.
it.
You see inside a kind of. You can see a desk. It appears to have an alchemy kit similar to the one you procured earlier. You can just about catch a bookshelf on your left, and in the back corner next to the door is a bed, which you can see, which is made. A pair of slippers sit at the base of the bed. A gown hung up on the back of the door. The room seems relatively well kept.
Okay, but used.
Can you make me a perception check? Because you don't have to. Looking at the bed, it doesn't look like it's been used. It wasn't used last night. Everything in this room seems relatively clean, if anything slightly dusty.
Okay, and there's no one inside.
Nope, no one's inside.
Then I motion for Markus to drop me.
I'll let him down slowly.
You land them slowly.
It's like, I'm sorry, Samwell, but we just can't be together. We just can't be.
And I relay all that.
Yep.
It hasn't been used in a while. This is
Well, from
another
outside,
one of our trademark dead ends.
another one of from the outside. The time you can't really tell exactly. It just looks like it hasn't been used at least in the last few days. But you're not entirely. It could be longer than that, but you're not entirely sure without actually being able to get a closer look.
We should stake out the other places. Marlin's
Your
place.
buddy Marlin.
Marlin. Your buddy, I believe. You drank a great deal together.
Oh, that's right. You got jealous and left. You went home and read your book.
I'm not jealous.
Look over.
Let's go.
He's reading. Good on him. Riktor, do you know how to? I can teach if you need to.
I can read, Jack.
Oh, I just assumed. You look like the kind of person. Never mind.
Well, you make a lot of assumptions, don't you, jackass?
Largely, they're correct.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Anyway,
So who's heading where then? Who's heading to Marlin's?
I guess we're all heading there.
Is he gonna be at
Yeah.
Marlin's, or is he gonna be at his house, or out drinking? He is a lush. He closed
Probably
that
out
place down last
drinking.
night. Remember? Yeah.
But will he remember what happened last night is a question.
He drank a fair amount. I doubt he'll remember much.
Okay.
Worst case, we can play it off.
He ain't gonna remember you. He might remember me. I should probably wait outside.
Well, I was the lizard and I helped him home.
You are a lizard, and
That
pretty
is true.
distinguished.
He never saw me.
He never saw me either.
We'll send in Samwell and Markus to observe,
Yeah.
and the rest of us will stay outside.
Very well.
All right. And now, if he's not in there, come out and tell us. All right.
We will.
Don't go
Yes.
somewhere else, Markus. Come out and tell us.
Come on,
Yes, I heard that the first time, Rick. That, yeah,
I'm
okay,
just
I'm going with
making
Samwell.
sure.
Just going with Samwell.
So, sorry, are you going to the bar he was in or his house?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to
Doghouse.
The Duggan Doghouse.
Yeah, you go into the Duggan Dog House, and you see these kind of sorts of individuals. They're kind of rough working types, bit thuggish in appearance, and they kind of look at you. They pay less attention to Markus, but they definitely eye up the elf as he comes in and just go,
Before I go
What's
in,
in-
I put my hood up.
all right. You put your hood up, and they all kind of take a bit of notice of you, and keep their eyes on you as you walk in, and then just they continue having their drinks, and they give off
I
a
look
bit of an
forward.
unwelcoming atmosphere. What was that, Johannes?
I screw face them back. And I look for Marlin.
You look around and you see the pear-shaped Marlin sitting on his stool on the right-hand side of the bar.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the bar and I'm gonna tap the bartender for the bartender and slide over a single coin. Yeah, I'm gonna say, "Cool, what a day, huh?"
There is. Not for me.
Give me something strong.
And I
Alright.
back out.
He kind of slides you over a ceramic glass, and inside it seems to have this dark black liquid.
Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna drink it down in a single shot, and I'm just going to, yeah. So, what happened here yesterday? This place looks a bit of a mess.
Place is always a mess, but some fancy types came in, dropped a load of coin. Everyone drank.
Must have been a good day for you.
Yeah. I don't like them, but I'm not going to say no to the money.
Smart man. Give me another one.
Slides over another one.
Yeah. So, do I notice Marlin? Does he look like heavily bruised or something?
Oh yeah, he's noticeably bruised in different places.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm
on
sitting
round,
like-
especially round his head. His side of his head,
Yeah.
one of the sides of the head
I'm
seems quite swollen.
I'm sitting on his left side. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, "What happened to you? You getting a fight?"
Yeah, something like that. Well,
Yeah.
that's he
Tough
kind of
guy
drink.
must have needed like at least 4 or 5 people, right?
Nah, I was on the floor pretty quick.
I'm literally just buying time for them to make a move. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
keep
back
looking
out and I
skillful.
just tell them.
Yeah.
He's here. He's looking worse for wear. But he's
That's
hit.
fine. So we'll just wait here and tail him home, and use him like bait, right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
see no problem with this.
I don't know what else to do.
I feel I should
That's the only thing
also
we can.
check on the Bayer residence, perhaps.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, as time goes by, you continue talking to him, and he, surprisingly enough, or not surprisingly, seeing as you know this, every so often just kind of places a gold coin on the table, and the bartender just keeps giving him drinks, steadily throughout the entire evening. And he gets progressively more and more drunk. He was already a little tipsy when he came in, and as the hours progress, it just kind of keeps...
Yeah, I was just gonna nurse my second drink for a long time now.
So, who's going to the Bayer residence? Just Samwell?
Yes.
Yeah, probably Samwell. Best
Cool.
alone.
Right. So you head off. When you head
I'll
off,
go with him. I'll go with him. I'm not letting him go by himself. I'll go with him.
Right.
In which case, I'll tag along as well.
No. Nala can't be by herself neither. God damn, your old ass can't be coming with us, Jack. You can't climb. Come on.
I summon a small disc and start floating upwards.
You cannot.
Isn't
I don't
that-
think you can put living fingers on the disc.
Tensor's disc can lift me up to 10 feet. It doesn't say. It says it stops. It will never be 20 feet further from me.
I thought. Can you?
It just follows you, though, doesn't
Can
it?
you
It can
cast-
hold up to 500 pounds.
It's right there.
The
It
Yeah.
just
disc is
follows you.
immobile while you're within 20 feet.
Okay, so you can put people on it. Sorry, for some reason I thought you couldn't. My
It doesn't
apologies.
say you can't.
My apologies.
But
which-
how will you lift yourself if it's immobile?
I'll keep on stacking discs to climb on top of.
You waste all your spell slots.
No, you just do the ritual on top of the disc.
Yeah, but then
It's a
the
ritual, yeah.
second is it not? It's non-concentration.
It is concentration.
Damn it.
There you go.
You can only have one of them.
There can only be one.
But it takes 10 minutes to cast. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What do
No,
you-
I can't.
what-
Then
I
while
stay
you're
fine.
casting,
What are you focusing
Same
on
height.
there, old man? You just stay right here, all right? Let the kids take care of. The
While he
youthful
starts to
stuff.
walk off, I summon an unseen servant to twat him on the head.
They can't be violent. I'm afraid. I think that's very.
Oh.
Slap him. Mage.
Riktor looks back and he sees Jack just like concentrating really hard, trying to get something going on.
It doesn't say it can't be violent.
Jack,
I'm pretty sure
Are
it
you
says it
alright?
won't.
Zero.
what do
He
you,
can't
Strength
attack, so I'm just
two.
gonna push him. I'm just gonna push him.
Okay.
He's an object.
I guess Riktor just feels himself being pushed repeatedly by some invisible figure. Like not very hard, just kind of a gentle. Just repeatedly.
you trying to give me a mind massage, Jack? What's going on here?
Please,
You better leave before I hit you with my stag.
I wouldn't recommend that. And I turn around and walk
Let's
away.
go. It's a good thing
Okay.
we've got the stress joy.
I walked ahead while they were having this.
Yeah. Okay.
I jogged to catch up.
So you two get to Judge Bear's house. At this point, it's about 9 o'clock, and you can hear kind of the sound of music being played from indoors.
Okay.
It sounds like you can hear a piano and maybe a violin of some sort.
My most feared instruments. You wait out here, and I'll do the climbing.
Let's go
No.
around back this time, damn it, Samwell. I had to run down guards last time.
Yeah. Yes. But that was not my fault. I would like to point that out.
Well, you might be correct. However, let's go around back. Alright?
All right.
Why are you so... I don't know why you're fighting on
This window is ready. Is ready to go.
There's windows around back.
Okay.
What's the big deal here? Let's go out of sight.
I follow him.
Right. You head round back and you find a kind of tall wall which appears to have kind of those spiked fences along the top of it. It's a 20-foot high wall just with a kind of a. Yep.
Alright, well, let's go around front.
Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna wait down here this time.
You do have a
Alright, so
50-foot long rope.
Yes. But I'm going to not use the rope and go front and do the same.
Wait a minute. We told him to have a party tonight.
Yes.
Let's go knock on the door.
Okay.
Why are we sneaking around?
If he is the murderer, which is a small chance, I admit, then I feel we would do well to not let him know that we're here, watching him.
We're just checking in. We'll tell him that we're going up to the courthouse to look at some documents. We'll throw him off. We haven't found any leads. It's a good idea.
All right.
And if it's
try.
9 o'clock, he should be out looking for his victim anyway, right? All right, let's go.
Hey, you knock on the door, and several moments later, the butler you so rarely opens it and says, I did not realize you'd be coming. Welcome in.
Oh, what do you mean?
Thank
We're
you.
supposed to get invitations to the party, right?
I'm sorry,
No.
I must have forgot
What
to
was your
send...
name?
I did not have a location to send your invitations, but his name... His
I
name...
told you the temple. Is the judge in?
Alright, his name is Ewan.
Yes.
The name is Ewan. Judge, yes, the judge is in. He is currently entertaining the guests.
Guest for the party, right?
Yes.
I'll wait out here.
You are welcome to come in.
It's not my forte.
Well, we just wanted to check in, make sure the party was going all right and he was safe. We don't really need to go back there, do we? We don't want to interrupt, with his fancy guests. I'm, lower style.
Well,
I'm not fancy like Samwell here.
if you say so, I'm sure he would not kick you out. But
I'm sure he wouldn't either, but no need. Just tell him we said hello and we hope he enjoys his party.
I will do so, masters.
All
He
right.
kind of looks above you and nods. It's like, good evening. And I close the door.
Adios.
What a nice man. And I'll head back to
Lovely.
the doghouse, and I'll put my hood up before again if it fell down. I don't like people knowing I'm an elf.
Yeah, you
I'll
head
go back
back in, and Markus is still there, kind of occasionally chatting to the man who is at this point very heavily slurring his words.
Markus is.
No, Marlon.
Damn.
And it's like
No, I'm not drinking.
as you walk in, the tavern keeper goes, "Closing in 30 minutes." As he keeps sliding drinks over towards Marlon.
I just sit next. I'll sit next to Markus.
Yeah.
One ale.
That'll be a copper as he goes and grabs an ale.
I'm gonna lean over to Samuel very subtly and just whisper. So, did you find anything?
This bear is entertaining guests.
Good. His plan was for tonight. Oh. Marlon hasn't said anything interesting. He doesn't remember anything from yesterday. Thinks he got in a fight.
That is well. Sort of butler is called you. Then yeah, I don't drink my my copper, my beer, but I do. I'll just wait for Marlon to get turfed out.
Yeah.
Follow.
We'll just wait for closing time.
After 30 minutes, it gets to 11 o'clock, and the kind of barkeeper basically... Everyone else has already left by this point, but he kind of picks Merlin up by the shoulder and kind of stumbles him out, and just kind of pushes him out of the door, where he kind of stumbles to his knees and then gets back up and just kind of starts walking roughly towards his house.
Okay, we're gonna keep a distance of at least 30 feet, and we're gonna walk behind him.
Alright, can everyone make stealth checks? Who is following him then? As you shadow the drunk man.
I'm a further 20 feet behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back with Samwell.
That isn't as horrible as it could be.
Samwell is the knight.
I am the knight. You know,
Alright.
I have to roll.
So as you
I have to roll for a few days.
I mean, I did well, but Samwell's like Batman, you know? I just looked next to me and he's vanished.
yeah, you're all kind of stalking him, and you
So
guys,
that's
you
how
know,
that
are kind
feels.
of going from place to place, and all of a sudden you just notice you don't know where Samwell is. You saw him but a second ago, but now he's gone.
We'll follow him back.
How
Yeah.
rare is that, by the way? Is there like actual odds for that?
1 in 400. No, sorry, yeah, it was 1 in 400. That's the chance of that happening.
Jesus.
Very unlikely.
Buy a lottery ticket quickly. Far more unlikely. Push your luck.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, Samwell, you should use a point of luck for this.
Anyway, so
Did I
yeah,
have advantage?
you didn't, but it's not like it matters. So you follow him back, and he eventually gets into his house, and hear the sound of him kind of fall on to his bed from the outdoors.
Then I'll try and look around the back if there is a back.
There is a kind of back alley, and you kind of look round the back. You're going to hide there.
Yeah, and if I can, I'll try and get to the level of his window.
Okay, so he
Creepily
actually
looking.
he only has a 1-story building. It's only the bottom floor, but it's a slightly larger bottom floor than most of the surrounding houses. And yeah, you quite easily find your way to the window. The shutters haven't even been closed properly, and you can just kind of peek in through the gap and see him face down in his bed.
Okay. Then I will move away from the window. I guess across the alley or whatever, and just wait.
Hey, what's everyone else doing then?
Um,
I'm gonna wait on the opposite side of the house, Samwell.
yeah, I'm gonna
You
hang out
assume.
I'm gonna hang out on the street, right across from his house. You know, I'm just gonna find a really quiet, shadowy place and just watch his house from a different angle.
I'm going to very quickly incant disguise self. And make myself look like a beggar. Just sit on the street.
Cool. You all kind of find your different places to sit and watch his house, and you wait for the night. So the first 2 hours go by up until 1 o'clock, and so far you've seen no sign of any attempt to breach this man's house. Do you keep waiting?
No, we should head to the boat
Yeah,
place now.
We said our plan was to go down to the boat at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, if it was midnight, then you wait for an hour before you head off.
Okay.
I'm still keeping the shape of the beggar for the time being.
Okay, yeah, you head down to the docks, and it's quite a long area. There's a lot of area to cover, and it takes you about 40 minutes to get there, so it's about 20 to 1.
Do we find Caffrey, or is he still there?
Jack, what
you-
time do you make it?
What time is it, Alex?
It's 44 past midnight.
Okay. It is. I don't know, 16 minutes to 1.
Okay, so as you look, you do. Caffrey was trying to be subtle. There do seem to appear to be individuals every once, around the dock. Very few of them. You would have to go ask or have a closer look if you wanted to confirm who was and wasn't Caffrey.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go forward and I'll just start, very subtly looking at each person, trying to find him.
Right, so you go suddenly looking down, and eventually you do spot one of them. It does appear to be Caffrey, who seems to just pretending to be asleep on one of the benches nearby.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down next to him, but leave a foot between us, and just completely stare forward. Have you seen anything?
I completely ignore him and start signing in thieves' cant. Well, I
Okay.
see. Do I notice Samwell was with the group?
You do notice Samwell is with the group. Yeah.
I know. I motion for Samwell to get over here as as unseen as possible and tell everyone else to leave.
Samwell,
I didn't catch any of that.
So Markus went over to sit next to a person on the bench. He was looking for Caffrey at the time. If you were keeping an eye on him, you would have noticed he appears to start using some thieves' cant, and it appears to say, Samwell, come over here. Or, it's not that detailed, it's in thieves' cant, but it's basically saying, come over here, directed at you.
Yeah.
Then I'll stand next to that person, also not looking at him.
As he walks over, I go, got a coin for the evening, sir? And while I'm doing so, I'm thieves canting the whole way.
What are you
I
communicating?
pass on anything I might have seen.
Okay, so far in this night, what you haven't noticed yet anyone going to leave. The boats from previous night, several of them have changed, although you couldn't identify which ones, but there are 4 different boats which you know are definitely new, but several have disappeared last night. Oh, during the day, sorry.
But I was checking during the day, I've been here.
Oh, were you checking during the day too? I thought you were just doing it at night.
Yeah, I've been sat here the entire time.
Oh, in which case,
Waiting.
you know that 6 of them have went off during the day, and there are 4.
Anybody matching the description?
Can you make me a perception check for me as Caffrey?
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm not particularly great at.
You got this.
Hey.
I do.
There you go.
So, during the day, Caffrey does recall that 2 of the boats had two of the boats which arrived during the day were manned by a single male.
The same one?
No, they were 2 separate males, but 2 of them only had a single male who approximately matches your description, but he did not see whether they were a half-elf or human.
Remember, I did put out word on the street and paid good money for it.
Yes.
To get any information regarding that specific person and what boat he has.
Do you have?
And promised to back it up with more money.
I don't think you had the description of what the person looked like at that point.
No, I remember we described the physical appearance, the figure using the boat at late night to move any bulky objects.
But you didn't actually the figure. No. They didn't have a hair color. They just had an approximate height, and that's what I'm saying. You found 2, which were fitting.
Alex, our cameras are just gone.
Pardon? Have they?
Our cameras have just gone.
Oh dear. What do you mean? On the...
As in, on the stream, they just disappeared.
Oh dear. This should be. I can just restart the broadcast really quickly. It's not. I'll go just have a quick check at the control room.
It's back now.
It's back?
Yep.
Yep, well, everything's reporting good, so...
Yeah, must just be a little blip.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, sorry. So yeah, that's the thing. There were 2 men which left those 2 boats which matched the description of the figure. Which you point out the 2 boats. One of them's about a quarter of the way down, and the other one's right at the very end.
Okay. Well, most likely Caffrey would have checked to see if any blood had been left, any signs of a body had been left on the boat.
Yeah, make me an investigation check, just for both of them. Alright, so...
Jesus Christ.
Looking at both of the boats...
because I was taking my time?
Looking at both of the boats, what you do notice is one of them, actually you notice actually appears to be a little clean, as opposed to bloody.
So someone scrubbed it down.
And the other one appears to be left, just appears to be like a normal rowboat, which someone hasn't put a great deal into maintaining.
The unusually clean one, I scour that thing for tools completely. Anything which might be used in.
Well, as you looked through the boat, other than noticing it was unusually clean, it seemed to just be an empty rowboat. Are you casting Identify?
No, I'm just seeing if it has any effect it would have here.
Oh, you still need to buy that pearl, which you totally could have done if
but the my Jack's got it.
Oh, Jack's got it.
Sorry, I was just I've got the pearl. I was just checking to see if the spell had anything I could use there. It doesn't. unless the boat's been magically imbued.
Oh, yeah, but no, it just appears to be a plain old rowing boat.
Okay, as I say, after going over it very carefully, so it seems unusually clean, like it's been scrubbed down.
Yeah, it appears as though someone scrubbed it down recently.
All right. Well, I've signed, two figures, which boat it is, and the fact that one of them seems suspiciously well maintained.
Okay.
And I sign back. You still owe me 50 golds for that pearl you were going to buy to Caffrey.
I kind of lead the nod, and I just go, anyway, sir, there's much kindness you leaving your coin for me. I'll remember you in my prayers. And I says, but I'd best be off to get somewhere warmer to sit. As I do so, I walk away, leaving my 50 gold pouch behind.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Um,
And I tell everyone else.
Yeah.
About the boats.
Okay. So, what do you guys think? Should we just stay here, stake out the boat? You know.
I think so.
Probably.
If we're wrong, it means someone might die tonight, and we won't make any progress at all.
Is the boat
We may
the only
catch-
lead that we have?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess we gotta stay here with the boat then, right?
All right.
I think so.
Let's just wait.
All right.
okay.
I don't like letting someone die.
Yeah, and I'll find somewhere with overlooking the docks somehow.
Yeah, that's actually relatively easy to do. You find somewhere where you can quickly climb up.
Cool. And I'll stealth.
I'll stay right back, but somewhere where I can actually look at the boat.
Okay, so yep. So can everyone make stealth checks for me and perception checks for me?
I'm
Also,
still a beggar, so do I get advantage because I look like I'm meant to be here?
you get
a beggar.
you have advantage on the stealth check. But
Yeah.
Nala being Nala.
Hey, Alex, can I make myself look like a dock worker or a dockhand since I was a sailor?
Yeah, you can. You find that relatively easy. So yeah, I'd say you have advantage on the stealth check as well.
Okay.
Riktor.
Okay. Still not very good. And perception.
I see all.
So I'm gonna do it. So it's it's currently 1 o'clock, and I'm gonna do perception checks every 4 hours. So for the first 4 hours, you wait around. Other than watching the other dock workers, you don't seem to see anything of significance. And as it gets to the end of those 4 hours, you, Markus in particular, notices coming down one of the alleys appears to be 2 figures. They're a bit of a distance away, but you do notice them walking
towards the docks.
They're heading to the rough area of the docks where you know that boat to be.
All right, and
Right,
are they carrying anything?
Sorry.
With the 23, can I tell if they're carrying anything?
From what you can tell from the distance, it appears as though one of them appears to be a bit hunched and seems to be walking with a bit of a limp. The other one, you think, seems to have some kind of weapon on their back.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep making myself look like a dock worker, and what else? What can I do to get attention to the rest of my party? I would accidentally drop a box right on the docks where I'm working, and then I'm just gonna go to stretch my arms and then just kind of do that and point,
Hey, can everyone else make perception?
Well with a 19 perception.
Huh?
Did I see him with a 19?
Yes.
perception?
Who got that? Yes, you did too. You also noticed the 2 figures. Sorry.
Yeah. So I turn to Riktor and go, when I give the signal, throw me in the lake.
Where was Samwell's perception check? Oh, Samwell's was low. It's fine.
What's the damn signal?
You'll know what the signal is.
So at the moment, this figure's
I'm
about
staying as
100
far away
and is about 120 meters away. 20 meters, 120 feet away, just at the edge of Marcus's vision. And yeah, what's?
God damn it, Samwell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What kind of boat was it?
It's just a one-person rowboat, potentially two-person, but yeah. Yep. So you notice him coming towards you, kind of. Who was it? So you notice kind of Markus kind of stretching out and kind of appears to be pointing in a rough direction to one of the streets. Everyone but Samwell, that is.
I just message everybody telling them where they are and to hold until they get onto the boat. I have a plan. It's a cantrip I've got, so I can just cast it.
Hey.
That is true.
So
I'll move to make sure I can see them at all times.
your vision isn't quite as good as the half-elves and elves among your party, and you can't quite make out, you can barely make out the figures. And the figure starts approaching, and they slowly walk, they seem to be slowly walking forwards. And they get, as they keep going, they get about 80 foot away before they kind of stop. And Markus and Jack kind of notice the figure. They kind of, as they're approaching the boat, all of a sudden they just make a U-turn and start walking down the alley in the other direction.
God damn it, I was going to turn into a giant fish and follow them.
Okay.
Obviously, something might have spooked them.
I'm gonna
I kind of said,
quickly
I
grab my
messaged
coat and I'm
Samwell.
gonna start heading in that direction. It's very stealthy.
I messaged Samwell.
Like I said, I can make sure I can see them at all times. So if they,
follow.
You have to catch up Nala to get within about 60 feet, whereby you can finally make them out a bit more clearly in the dark.
yeah,
Does he get the message to me?
What message?
I cast messenger. I say they're spooked. Follow them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Then I try and follow them across rooftops if possible.
Yeah, okay. Can you make me
But
a
still
stealth?
without being.
Can you make me a stealth check? As Nala goes to catch up, though, you distinctly notice them.
I'm going to use luck.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll again for me. You can just
Oh, God.
between. Hey, so as you go following them from the rooftops, can you also make an acrobatics check if you're going to try to stay on the rooftops?
Can I follow them as well as soon as I see them move?
Yeah, you
can.
Another point?
Yeah, you can. You know, there's nothing stopping you. Cool. All right.
18
So
stealth.
you will follow them, but as Nala starts to approach, you notice they appear to start picking up pace and are heading, and are actually gone into what was a brisk walk into almost a jog now. They're very aware that someone is following them.
How far
Although-
ahead are they?
How far ahead are they? They're about 100 feet away from Nala, and about the same. About the same for most of the rest of you as you're following from all your different locations.
Okay.
Unless Nala wants to kind of be less subtle and just kind of straight up run after them, they're slowly gaining distance on Nala at least.
yeah, I just shout in a authoritative manner, "You there, stop!" and kind of run after them.
As soon as you
We
When
hit
I
them,
hear
everyone-
Nala shout, I draw both pistols.
okay,
As I kind of
Yeah.
pick up my base go, and we're arresting them on what charges exactly? Wearing
And
cowls
I'll-
at night?
That signal, Jack.
I'm just gonna start running towards them.
okay.
As he says, I don't. You dare!
Okay, so you all start running towards them, and as soon as Nala shouts that, the figure starts sprinting away. The figure which they were with kind of starts running as well, but obviously can't keep as much pace as the other one. So I would like you all to roll initiative for me then.
Oh my god.
Can we get tokens or are we theater of the mind?
Theatre of the mind for the moment because I didn't draw this map.
Yes, sir.
Oh Jesus!
It's basically just a
Wow.
kind of street with kind of alleyways going off.
The old man got moved.
Old man with armor class 19 is gonna ninja their ass.
Alright, so
Jump down, gotcha, bitch. Stick to the head.
1 second.
Is Caffrey with us?
Caffrey,
No, I wandered off
yeah.
somewhere else. not being associated with this.
Okay, one
Useless
second.
thought, man. I swear.
Second, let me just add.
Pointed out the boat, not my fault. Got caught.
Jacob, have you found an icon for your character, by the way?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was the one thing I forgot to do. Just use a wizard icon for the time. Or use Catherine's.
Okay, now I'll just remember the. I'll
next time.
just remember the initiatives. It's fine. As opposed to adding them to the list. So first off, Jack Axe, as they kind of.
How far away are they?
They're about 100 feet away, and they've just broken into a sprint.
Okay.
The street kind of is about the street is about 40 foot wide, and then every kind of 50, 60 foot it kind of leads down another alleyway.
Really, not all that much I can do. No, I think at this point I'm just gonna have to dash after them.
Okay, what's your movement for that?
60 feet.
Okay.
Oh no, bladesing's activated, so 80 feet.
How do you have to take an action to
Well,
activate
that'll
that?
get speed.
Also,
I
yeah,
might have to.
check what you
And
need
also,
to
I think I might
activate
be high
that.
enough level for the bonus movement.
Yeah, double check that for me.
Will do.
Also, guys, you might want to make sure to change your number in the turn order.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I changed mine to a 6.
Yeah,
Just bring up the book.
change your number, and we'll just remember. Yeah, and we can remember that Jack goes first because we don't have an icon for him yet.
I'm going to assume that I've got something extra to blade song, so I'm just going to dash 60 feet after for now. Move on to someone else's turn when I bring it up specifically.
Okay, fair enough. You dash 60 feet. Next up was. Second, has everyone changed their initiative so far on the initiative list?
Yeah.
Okay, let
Yes.
me just order that. Descending. So next up, what happens as you're chasing after the two?
Oh.
Sorry, what?
It's 80 feet. It's bonus action to activate blade song.
Okay, in which case you 80 feet. That's your entire action, but you're now 20 feet within the slower of the two figures.
And my armor class is 19, just so you're aware.
Yeah, the other figure's about 10 foot ahead of the one behind him. Okay, so it is then in fact one of the figures, as he turns around, seeing the old man catching up with him, you see him whisper something, and all of a sudden the two of them vanish. Actually, no, let me check the spell description so I make sure the two of them vanish, not just one of them vanishes. Actually, why do I not just use the compendium? That's why it exists. One second. Oh, 1 second.
Counter spell?
Yeah, no.
Level
In
3.
fact, as the two of them run, one of them disappears, and yeah, he literally just vanishes from sight. The other slower figure doesn't though, and you just hear this kind of shout. What language does everyone speak?
Most of them.
Yeah, well,
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Draconic.
I speak Common,
Common,
Elvish,
Draconic, and
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish.
I speak
Common.
Common,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Orc, Giant, Draconic, and Infernal.
I speak Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, and Primordial.
hey, so in a language surprisingly none of you actually understand. So,
Oh.
I thought someone would actually have this language. It's not one of the uncommonly picked languages. Something
Why
is
is it?
well, I can't speak it, so I'm not telling you.
It's got to be undercommon.
So, in a language you can't understand, all of a sudden the slower figure, who you can now actually make out being far closer, as he turns around to face you, to face Jack. In fact, you can see under the hood, it appears to be the judge, and he just turns around and glares straight at Jack, and he's old and pale, but he seems to have taken on an even stronger level of paleness. Alright, next up is Riktor.
I'm gonna move up alongside Jack. And then I'm gonna hold.
I think Jack's 20 feet in front of you because he has a high movement rate.
Fucking old man has a higher movement than me. What?
40 feet space movement.
What?
While he's using
Why
this
blade
ability, yeah.
Yeah.
You are a fast on bitch. You're like a spring chicken there, aren't you, Jack? Well, then I'll move up to, I guess, 10 feet behind him since I can only move.
Oh, 20 feet because he took the dash action. So he took the dash action.
Dashed.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to get as close as possible, you would be 20 feet behind him, and you have to dash as well.
Do I recognize the judge?
From this distance, your half up. Yes, you can. You can see him with your. You can see the judge.
All right, I'm just gonna point my pistol at him and yell, "Hands up, judge!" And I'm gonna hold a shot for trigger is gonna be if he turns to run or goes aggressive with one of my allies.
Okay. So as you shout at him, he doesn't seem to respond to it as he just continues focusing on Jack in front of him. Nala's turn.
I'm gonna abjure enemy.
Who on?
So
You can only see one of them.
The person I can see, so
Okay.
it's gonna have to be that one.
Yep.
So they must make a wisdom saving throw. I'm guessing they're within 60 feet, where I could
You would have to
move up to.
move up 30 feet, and yes, they would be.
Yeah, that's good. Wisdom saving throw. If they're fiend or undead, they have disadvantage. And the creature is frightened for 1 minute, or until it takes any damage. And while frightened, the creature's speed is 0.
Okay. Right. Next up is that's an action, right? Or a bonus action.
Yeah. Is it visibly frightened now?
As you cast that on it, it's visibly frightened of Nala, and it seems to be turning to move, but realizing it can't.
Okay. I just shout, "Don't kill it. We've got other plans for it."
Okay, Markus.
Okay. Can you describe the sort of area we're all in?
Okay,
Are
so
we running down down a street?
You're running down quite a wide street, about a 40-foot wide street, and every kind of 60 feet, it basically kind of sporadically, but on average, about every 60 feet, a kind of alleyway splits off to the left or right.
Okay. How far were the people in front of me?
So the one you can see is at this moment, if you haven't moved up, he is 100 feet away from you.
Oh, really? Because okay.
Yeah. The other one has disappeared, but before he was about 110 foot away from you.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna get in range. I'm just gonna move a full 60 feet, sprinting forward into the fight. Yeah.
All right, Samwell, you're a little closer. The one behind is only 80 foot away from you.
Okay.
But the other one, like I said,
what kind of? He just disappeared.
Yep.
What kind of ground is it? What kind of surface? Is it just stone or?
The surface is cobblestone.
Cobblestone. Okay. And I can't see anywhere. So, assuming he's gone invisible or something, I can't see where he might have gone.
There are many places he could have gone.
The ground.
Oh, where he would have discovered the ground. You'd have to get a lot closer in this lighting. Unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I get as close as I can with my bonus, with my cunning action.
So you can get 60 feet. So you can get 20 feet up to the slow individual.
Yeah. Who is not moving?
He is not moving and is currently cowering.
Okay, then I will just take another dash action, go past him.
Okay.
And I will just try and listen out for the other guy.
All right. Can you make me a perception check?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, you listen out and look around, and you think you can hear the sound of footsteps running further off down the street, although you can't pinpoint the exact location.
But the rough location.
You think they're still just running down the street? Yeah.
And I point that
Well,
way.
I assume
He's
it's
gone that
turn
way.
order, Alex. He can't have moved that far.
He does. Well, the approximate distance you would probably say is between 30 and 60 foot away from you, is what you'd guess. Samwell.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. If that's the case, my turn.
And that actually, I think, one more. Okay, so I don't know what it can do, but the judge cowers. That's what he can do. I guess he cowers and braces himself in case he's attacked. Right. Next round it is Jack.
The moment as I see this thing's cowering, I'm going to cast Detect Magic to
Okay.
look for the invisible.
Okay, you cast Detect Magic. Immediately in front of you, you see that there is necromantic magic focused around the judge. Do you move anywhere?
Well, I was looking kind of I dash forward I move forward another 40 feet. Do I catch sight of the invisible person? I assume it's an enchantment or a spell he's concentrating on. It's going to light up on my Detect Magic.
Okay, so
It's 30 feet within of me.
Yeah, as you run up and you kind of can you make me a perception check quickly with advantage?
No. Oh, yes.
Right. So as you run up, you catch in it the kind of the remnant aura. As you can see, a kind of rough trail leading off just outside of the range of your spell. But you think he's almost certainly still directly in front of you down the street. Judging by the weak aura of illusion magic, you see.
Okay, so I just kind of point down the street and go that way after him. Down the street.
Okay. Next up, it's that guy's turn. And now it's Riktor's turn. Because you can't see what he's doing.
I'll move closer to the judge and keep my pistols trained on him, same triggers as last time. Also, if I see that guy pop up, I'm gonna make that a trigger too. If I see him pop out for some reason, I'll shoot at him too.
Okay. Nala?
So I'm just looking at all my spells. Yeah, I have to see them. I suppose I just run down the street and try and perceive where they are, really.
Okay. So you run down the street, make me a perception check then. You don't have dark vision and it's dim light, so I'm afraid you have it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just don't see.
The clanking of your armor makes it too loud for you to hear any footprints on the stone. Alright, Markus.
Okay, I am going to. Can I move my full distance and make a listen check to see if I can hear this person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna move my full distance and do that. And okay.
you look out and you're unsure as to exactly where they are. Unfortunately, the sound of Nala charging by was just a bit of a
Your
racket.
armor's so loud. Your armor's
Samwell.
All right, so I will carry on down towards him, towards the direction I thought he was going, and I'll use my cunning action to dash, and then I'll listen out for him again.
Okay, make me a perception check. Okay, listening out, you think you can guess a rough area. You think he's about 20 foot away from you, in about a 60-degree arc. Where you think he is?
Okay, then I'll throw my dwarven dagger at him.
Well, you have to. So, I'm gonna say you got the kind of left, center, or right. Pick one of the three.
Okay.
He's good.
What are the directions? What
So
am I looking at?
in this kind of cone, in the rough distance you think he could be in the left
Yeah.
part of the cone, the center of the cone, or the right part
Yeah, but
of the cone.
what is in each
Oh.
part of the cone?
Street, just cobbled stone.
It's just more straight.
It's just more
Right,
straight, yeah, but
right.
you think you heard him in that area.
What? I don't know. It's
Pi-
up to DM. I mean, what would Samwell choose?
Well, that's
What
the
does he
thing. I'm
think is
saying
right?
he thinks he's in that area. He thinks he's somewhere in that area. He's pretty
You're
sure he's
right.
somewhere
Okay, I
in
go
that
for
cat.
center. I go
Alright.
for center.
Make me an attack roll then with disadvantage.
Alright.
Okay, you throw your dagger and you see it stick into something. And some blood just to come out as the dagger is quickly removed and chucked back behind the invisible figure as there's now a small trail of blood.
Does that trigger me?
Pun? Does that what was your trigger?
If that guy appeared at all.
Yeah, you can make an attack against him with disadvantage. Oh, are you using? Yep.
Hold on. Superiority die. Oh, fucker.
You fire at roughly and Samwell sees the bullet kind of fly by, but it was just off, missing as it flies down the street. Okay, it's back round to Jack's turn.
Yeah.
Can I see the blood now?
You can see where the dagger landed, and you're pretty damn sure you know the 5 foot area he's in.
Did he make a con save?
Con save? Oh,
Yeah,
that is
you
a
make
good
con save,
point.
concentration.
That is a very good point. Let's make a con save for him. He remains invisible.
Okay. I mean, detect magic is still on, so I take it I can still see.
Yeah, you can like walk. If you want, you could walk
How
forward.
far away is he?
From you,
Judging by the blood.
judging by the blood from you, he's actually only 40 foot away now.
Oh, in which case, I'm going to charge straight into him.
Charge it into him, make me an attack with
Nice.
disadvantage.
Okay. I don't suppose I can negate disadvantage because I can see with detect magic like where
No,
he is.
no, I'm
Like,
afraid
it's
not.
Pretty much exactly.
Like, no, because while you know that you still know the area and you can see the aura isn't really
And I can see
isn't-
dagger sticking out. Of
No,
him,
no,
but it's stabbed there.
he chucked the dagger out of him. But the aura isn't like a really clean, crisp shape, but it does, definitely.
I see a faint aura around.
Yeah. And as he's moving, it's not like
it's visible anyway, no, you are right.
it's not giving you a
Roll,
clear
fuckers.
outline.
How about
Yeah.
doing?
I'm allowed to ask. For some reason, the attack roll isn't working, so I'm just gonna roll the bonus. That's not what I was going for. Sorry, the first one, for some reason, it didn't come up the first time, so yeah, no, 19.
19,
Why
yeah,
17?
that is a hit roll damage. Oh, sorry. What's the second one? Sorry, because it's with disadvantage.
That was
still.
me, for some reason, it didn't come up for some Oh, disadvantage, that was the second one, at 15.
15. It still barely hits.
Yeah.
Nice.
What damage is that?
Come on.
Oh,
on.
damn.
11.
Sorry, I'm just looking something up real quick.
My attack might be working again.
Okay. Is that the end? Is that your end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Concentration again.
Yes, he does need to make a con saving throw. 1 second. And he remains invisible. Alright, so it is now his turn. And you kind of hear his footsteps as he runs out of melee with you. While you're invisible, you don't provoke attack of opportunities. As he kind of runs off out of the range of your detect magic. And all of a sudden, you kind of detect a small kind of glimpse in your magic of a transmutation. I think it's transmutation spell. I'll have to double check.
So,
If he casts a spell, he loses invisibility.
Well, he hasn't.
Oh.
But yeah, you cast a weak magic residue appear just at the very edge. Well, I try and look up what type of spell this is so I can tell you what school you detect. Conjuration, sorry. You detect a faint conjuration spell go off.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. He's used rope trick, hasn't he?
No, if you'd used road trip, you would have been able to see it. Whatever he used, you didn't see. Invisibly do. Okay, so next up it is Riktor.
I will move to within 10 feet of the judge, holster my right pistol, unroll my whip, and ask the judge, who is that and where's he going?
As you ask the judge, he looks up at you and he's incredibly pale and his eyes have become very sunken. And as you look closer, you can see the robe he's wearing has been very much darkened at one point, and then you notice it appears to be blood, and he just kind of looks at you with empty, bleak eyes, unspeaking.
Am I still? Can I still see down to the end of the street?
You can still see. This is quite a long street. You can still see down to the end of the street, but the location of the person you're pursuing has all of a sudden become a little skewy.
Okay, I will just maintain the same triggers last time with my pistol in my left hand. I'm out of movement, so.
Okay. Next up.
Oh, and sorry. I'm sorry. How close is Nala to me?
Nala is about 40 foot away. No, 30 foot away from you at this moment. Sorry.
I'll turn to Nala and say, I think the judge is dying, Nala. If you want to save him. I don't know.
Okay. Nala's done then. Also, just so we can know, it is 11. I know, Hunter, you said you had to leave on the dot.
I'm good. We can keep going.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep going until we resolve this little section then, and then we'll bring it to a close. Alright, so Nala.
I will just continue running.
Okay, you continue running down the street. I presume you move 60 feet?
If that's what it takes. Assuming
Well,
that.
From the located direction you think he's in, yeah.
Yeah, from the point that people are attacking him.
Yep.
Just go towards that point.
Okay. Next up is.
How close do I get?
You're not entirely. He's moved from where he once
but
was.
how close to Jack?
Oh, to Jack. I think you're about, because of Jack's movement speed. I think you're now about 40 foot behind him, or 30 foot behind him. 30 or 40 foot behind Jack. All right. Markus.
Okay. How far behind am I from everyone?
You're now about 60 foot behind Nala. Oh no, sorry, no, you're 30 foot behind Nala because you've been moving full. Yeah, so you're 30 foot behind Nala at this point.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna. Yeah. Do I see the trail of blood, with dark vision?
you did see a you did see the blood the small trail of blood, and then it kind of leads off for a little bit and then stops abruptly at one point.
Okay, I'm gonna move a full 30 feet forward, and I'm gonna kind of estimate the area where the person is, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray, one in each direction.
You can
so I can do a widespread.
So where are you aiming at? Are you aiming at where the blood abruptly stops?
I'm aiming at where the blood stops, right in front of where the blood stops, and then further back from there. So I can sort of cover the entire street.
All right,
for at least 30, 40 feet.
Can you make 3 attack rolls with disadvantage for me?
Okay. And I'm also going to use Tempestuous Magic, and I'm going to move 10 more feet.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, you fire out your 3 different raise, and they kind of streak down the street, but to no avail. Nothing is ignited. None of them seem to be blocked other than by the walls of some of the buildings, which gets burn marks down the side of them.
Gotcha.
Alright. Samwell.
Alright, so I'll run after who, in the direction I think he left Jack from. Do I know roughly where he is, where he ran to?
Well, you see the same spot where the blood abruptly stops. But you did just see a scorching ray go directly through it and around them, and didn't seem to strike anything.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'll go up to the spot if possible.
With your cunning action, I think you can just make it there.
Yeah, and I would like to perceive exactly where he is.
Go for it. Okay, you look around and you notice that while the blood stops here, you do spot with your keen elvish eyes, off to the left near one of the alleys, the drip of a single drop of blood appears over there. But you can't, and you hear some very faint footsteps running off down the alley. They appear to be getting quite far away though, surprisingly.
Fuck. Okay. Well then I just point that way and shrug a little as well. And if I have any movement remaining, I'll go in that direction.
Okay. I'm going to say we're probably going to switch to narrative at this point, just because I don't want to do turns for chasing, as well as the fact that when his location is incredibly hard to pin down, as he has a good number of spell slots. And if you didn't already realise, he has Misty Step and is invisible.
Yeah.
And greater invisibility.
Indeed. Indeed, if you did not realise that, he has great invisibility and Misty Step, and he's trying his darndest not to get caught.
At least he only has it for a minute. After him.
Yep.
Yeah, but he can teleport 30 feet in just about any direction he wants to, really.
He can only do it. How many first level spell slots does he
Misty
have?
Step, not like... Because the Misty Step is kind of visible, because it kind of produces a smoke, like a puff of
Yeah,
smoke.
it does.
Does it?
Yeah, but where he was, not where he goes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, where he...
Okay, well, it was relatively obvious that he did a little teleport anyway.
Yeah. And so I'll if I'm at any point around less than 50 feet away from the like a spot of blood or something, then I will throw my dwarven dagger in that direction.
Alright, I'm just trying to think how to resolve this, because I'm trying to think of how... Does anyone actually have any good ideas how they could track him? Because it is going to be, quite
Unless
difficult.
you let me use detect magic, and I run within 30 feet of the location of the spell, which will tell me which way he's ran.
Yeah,
It will tell me where he arrived, and then it will tell me, and then the trail of the invisibility and blood hopefully should tell me which way he's gone.
Okay, what kind of skill check would that be to track him like that? I would say it's probably... Using your...
Probably perception.
Yeah, it's probably perception. Let's go with perception to see if you can keep up and track him.
What depends? Would it be investigating perceptions more?
I would say because you're doing it quickly, it's a perception test. So make me a perception test.
No. I can do an Arcana check, see if I can follow it if you'd let that, but otherwise.
I can say you can try one more time, but with the time you're looking for him, you think he might be getting away. Although at least if you keep doing it, you might get an idea at least where he could have gone to.
Arcana for following the spell, or just perception?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be depends. Are you gonna kind of keep trying to chase after him to get him out, or do you just want to see if you can thoroughly follow where he's probably gone? Those are kind of two options.
I think it's fair enough to say that odds of us catching him.
I would say Arcana then.
I'd say good it slowly.
Yep. Wow.
Only had round perception.
Yeah, but if only you'd rolled perception. It's unfortunate. So you kind of follow the misty steps, and you soon come back across the trail of blood, which drops every so often, but it seems to be getting less and less with each teleport, which you manage to find actually a total of 4 of them jumping through different buildings and over things. They seem to have really tried to put as much in the way of them as possible. And at one point it jumps over the side of the wall into the outer and greater Corinth steg. They seem to have ran in the direction up towards Eramir, if that's wherever they were headed. And you do have the Judge Bear, though. And I think just because it's a long walk home for me from my current location, I'm going to call it a session there. So
That's fair enough.
thank you everyone for joining us. The music which we used was by Vince Fepp. There is a link to them in the doobly-doo below. Unfortunately, you still haven't experienced any of my glorious, lovely maps, but they, as I always mention, they were made using Otherworld Mapper. And enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Night, guys.
Hooray!
Good night.
Alright.